The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Thursday Night Football. Our heater horse has arrived. Super Boost Thursday, December 2nd, and we are live.
Yeah!
At 11 a.m. today because we are up to something this afternoon. Have to travel back to Pittsburgh, earlier flight because the traffic in and out of the tunnels is a nightmare. So today's show is a big one, though. Not because of that, because that will be special, and we'll talk about that at some point in the near future, but also because today is a day that'll be etched in the history books. The day that our Super Boost found our heater horse, and we rode that thing and galloped that thing out of the barn into Happy Town. Tonight is the night that we hit. Tonight is the night that we get one of the biggest boosts we have ever seen.
Hell yeah.
A boost that is going from minus 185 and counting to plus 100 for a minus 2.5 spread for the Dallas Cowboys in a game in which the spread has already moved from minus 5 to minus 6 because Kamara has been ruled out for the Saints. Tone Diggs, tonight is a night that'll go down in the Tone Diggs Hammered Dahn Cowboy documentary. Let's go, Tone. Let's enjoy this.
When I was passed the torch in this incredible honor earlier this week, I started computing. I started calculating. I started looking at all the numbers, okay? I started looking at all the variables, as we have talked about this week. And
A lot of variables.
I put all those in my head, and it was putting out computations and things that I could possibly take. And I couldn't settle on one. So last night I went home, and I took some ayahuasca.
Okay. Really?
And I went into a sauna.
Wow.
Because I said, Tony, this is your hell.
Let's trip.
This is what's gonna make you see clearer. And I went in there and I was like, okay. About this time last year, you got COVID cowboy. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm a Mustang at heart.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cowboys are playing tonight.
Oh, yeah.
It's also the start of the finals national rodeo.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, so we're going to be on the Cowboys. Okay? Yeah. We got the O-line getting healthier, okay? That's one thing. We got CD coming back.
Oh.
We got Amari Cooper coming back. We got DeMarcus Lawrence coming back. We got, the Saints are missing one tackle.
What?
2 tackles.
What?
Alvin Kamara.
What?
Maybe the number should be 2.5. Cowboys minus
2.5. That's it. That's a layup. Let's go, Tom.
Yeah, when I looked, it was minus 170, and I know that with the Gabagool boost was 160 to 100. I said, Pat, we get this 170 to minus 110 even. That's fucking great. Where it's sitting now is just stealing fucking candy.
Minus 185 to plus 100, and that's going to change, by the way. We won't have an updated graphic through there. That's probably going to be minus 200 to plus 100. I mean, we're talking maybe minus 250, minus 225, minus 225 to plus 100. This is the biggest boost we've ever gotten. It comes at a perfect time because it's coming with a hot hand.
That's right.
Uh-huh. A cowboy who, it was about this time 1 year ago where he was forced into the barn.
Yeah. That's right.
The cowboy was forced to be quarantined away from the rest of the farm. Mm-hmm. And in that COVID barn, all he did was hunt winners on FanDuel Sports.
That's right. Goddamn right.
He was getting the shivers and the aches and the pains and the fevers. Mm-hmm. He was sweating and feeling like shit. And in the moments of clarity, which you do get while battling through COVID, he was just spending his time because nobody was allowed to talk to him. His wife would drop his food off at the door like he was in prison.
Yeah.
He would go through there and just find winners. So much so that I think he won like legitimately 19-1 during his COVID era.
Plus 100 units.
Thank you, college football bowls games.
Yeah, you crushed it, slaughtered it. So much so, we're starting an everyday show. We would like you to fully focus on finding winners because that benefits all of us. Not only has the COVID Cowboy remained a winner for a year straight, when giving picks publicly in which the gambling gods are supposed to kill you for. The gambling gods are supposed to pull down their pants and shit on you if you give public picks. That is just something that happens. Somehow, the COVID Cowboy has rode that horse into a heater that he has never seen before right now. We got a hot horse. We got a hot cowboy betting on the Cowboys at the biggest boost we've ever seen or had because more injuries and things are coming out and being released. Tonight is a night where we celebrate and enjoy life. Tone, we appreciate you.
Thank you, Tony! Woo!
Let's hope the stars have aligned like they did last night for me.
They are.
They are.
I can feel it.
It's like fucking Orion's belt up there, dude.
Goddamn right.
Not the one from Men in Black. I'm talking about the one up in the sky.
There's only one asshole who could ruin this.
Who's that?
What the fuck is Taysom Hill going to do now?
Yeah, you're right. What is Taysom Hill going to do? Sean Payton, he also knew he was going to be out 2 tackles and Alvin Kamara. What are he and Taysom Hill up in the kitchen cooking? I mean, does it matter?
Nope.
Because you got Kellen Moore with no Mike McCarthy around. And you got Dak Prescott with all of his weapons back, it seems like. There was a tweet that Boston Connor alluded to right before we went on the air. Who is it? Who are all the players for the Cowboys?
Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Dak. Here it is. Yeah,
Here it is. Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and Lael Collins have been on the field together for 0 snaps this year. They take the field for the first time tonight together. That is a superstar lineup. That is Jerry Jones, the ultimate businessman, by the way, just signing massive named people at all positions. How about these two? Notable offensive linemen here. All position superstars haven't played together. Does that mean they're not going to have good chemistry together?
No. They've practiced.
No, but they're superstars because they are good. It doesn't matter. They do buy in. They do have great chemistry. They have practiced together. They've never seen the field together. They've worked in different alternative pairings and groups, but never once as a whole. They'll be perfect. They've been preparing for tonight. They've been ready to play as a whole group of superstars, which a lot of doubt is kind of surrounding them. Do they stink again? Oh, no. Is this a team that's loaded with stars but going to lose like the last 20 years of Dallas Cowboys? I think Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy on one of those robots with an iPad because he's currently battling against COVID. Hope he's okay. Tonight they ride. I can't wait to watch it.
Well, I think, too, like, typically in these Thursday night games, the team that isn't as good because it is a short week, like, they kind of make the games a little bit closer. But most of the time when that is happening, like, one of the teams is out certain guys because they're banged up from Sunday. Like, you don't very often see a bunch of these guys coming back for Thursday night. And they played last Thanksgiving. They had a full week preparation. So
this is a Sunday matchup on a Thursday.
It really is. So you'd expect, especially with them, like, I mean, this is the team they put together and people were like, oh, shit, on paper, that team looks like they could win the Super Bowl. Like, you would expect them to come out primetime game. I mean,
are we not? What about Mike McCarthy not being around with the watermelons?
I thought about it. I thought about that.
That's
okay?
what I mean, I just, in my head, I saw Mike McCarthy on that little robot thing just moving into the meeting. Hey, turn the speakers up, Jerry. Hey, boys, listen, here's what we're going to do. Kellen, get the fucking sledgehammer. Him on that little iPad cutting a team meeting. Have we not thought about maybe the lack of Mike? I mean, look at this guy rolling around in the house. He's there.
Getting it done.
Right at the star. But at some point, you're going to maybe miss out on Big Mike's effect. And I think last night was the night. That's the first time they didn't get a chance to see Gallagher take a sledge to the watermelons, right?
I considered all variables. Stefanski was out with COVID last year. Their team won. Kingsbury was out with COVID. Their team won.
Oh, yeah.
Nagy was out with COVID. They took the Niners deep into the fourth quarter. They didn't win, but, Bears. Niners. Also, you won't have Mike there to fuck up the clock management and stuff tonight. So
that is interesting because it's the same person that's in Mike McCarthy's ear, also in whoever's running who is it? Quinn tonight?
Yeah.
He's the
Quinn's the guy tonight?
Coming down onto the sideline.
That's right. Juiced up.
Oh my God, him and the boys.
Oh yeah.
Diggs to get a pick. Is that on? I assume that should be pretty good.
Even maybe a block punt because Taysom Hill, as we've said before, he's a PP. They're missing their PP now. And let's also remember, like you said yesterday, Taysom Hill got good at quarterback, 3 games into him starting? This is his first game playing QB in, 380 days?
4 COVIDs ago.
4 COVIDs ago. This guy doesn't know how to play QB just yet. Maybe next week, maybe the week after, but not this week.
So whenever you just said there about the PP thing is real, okay, so the PP, the personal protector, the person that is in front of the punter behind the line, given the cadences normally, their job is to look at where an overload is or where a bunch is, which way to send the center, okay? That's all they're trying to do is figure out which way the center goes, and then depending upon the lineup or the twist that they prepared for, they're either staying over there to help or they're going the opposite direction as the center. Center normally taking the second one because they have to have their head through their legs and then come up so the PP can take the first, whatever. Just has to be good communication. PP, look for Bones, who's the special teams coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. If he knows that Taysom Hill isn't in given the cadences and there's a new one in there, look for an exotic up the middle.
Oh,
okay. Look for a little doopity-doo, little twisty-hoo. How you doing? Keep it moving, trying to confuse the PP to send the center one way, and then they bring two back the other way, and the PP can't pick up both of them. That's a real thing. I'd assume the Saints have a good guy ready to go in there, but that is a very important thing because they are deciding who and where the center is going, and if you can dupe them, you normally get one up the gut. Now, a lot of people think like, oh, that was an MA or that person can't block. There's a lot of times where you see people go off of their block to somebody else's block, and that's like how you can never, Pro Football Focus would never know who's to blame there because it's literally a live call happening in the moment. But
act like it.
hey, maybe the Cowboys go. Yeah, well, Tom.
What's up, man?
Listen, it's a
I
good
mean, we
day.
need
Good
good
day.
juju
Yeah,
going
hey,
in.
right.
Cowboys,
Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah.
Come
it's a good
on.
day. Jesus Christ. I mean, what's that all? You be you, by the way.
Yeah,
You do you,
Yeah,
man.
no curses.
No, we do have to remember that the heater horse's opinions do not reflect that of his peers or his employer.
Oh, we worry about Dan Quinn because he said that he only likes to call up like defensive plays up in the box,
Yeah.
not in the field.
And he's had a lot of success, right?
Yeah.
How come he can't just be like Joe Paul when Joe Paul was the head coach up there in the
That's a good point.
in the booth?
Or fucking
Yeah.
what's his name for Liberty when he was laying down in the hospital bed?
Yeah,
Hugh, no.
Was it Hugh Freeze?
Hugh
No,
Freeze?
no, somebody else.
Houston Nut?
No.
Yeah, somebody. It was somebody with Beal. No, it was somebody with an interesting history.
Hugh Freeze.
Yeah.
Oh, let's Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze did something, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, scumbag, big time.
Whoa!
Really?
Yeah, but he fucking coached a game from a hospital bed up in the sky.
Yeah, that's true. That was a heroic moment. It really was.
What'd he do?
He did something. I remember there was when that whole thing happened. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he's so funny." Do you remember? Boom, boom, boom. That's all I remember. I don't
At
remember.
Ole Miss, there was something.
I don't remember.
Couple
Yeah,
allegations here and there. You know, hey, they've all been there. All those guys.
literally
All those
every
guys.
single one of them.
Yeah.
Because now it's just a blip. He was a head coach again, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not just
Right
head
now
coach.
still is.
Yeah.
He was in a hospital bed.
That's right.
Coaching up in the sky.
Feel good story.
It is. Yeah. Here we go. Coming of age
One of the
tale.
all-time pictures, too.
How come Dan Quinn isn't up in the goddamn sky? Hey, you're having a lot of success. You turned the Dallas Cowboy. I don't like that for a super boost. Hey, DQ. Hey, listen, have it your way, dude. God eats cool treats, but fucking get up there.
The one thing I would...
There he is. Legend.
Dan Quinn could be. How come they won't put Mike McCarthy in? I asked this question last year.
Yeah.
Wasn't when Stefanski?
Yeah.
When Stefanski had
Yep.
it. How come they couldn't have him driving a car all by himself? Literally put garbage bags in a passage, like an entire ice. Put it in a cryo. I mean, I assume fucking Jerry Jones would make it whatever it's got to
Yeah.
be if it was somebody of like play calling importance like Stefanski was. How come they couldn't just have them drive? Well, I guess they could potentially get COVID and die while they're driving.
True.
But anyways, how come they can't drive? Or maybe have somebody with one of those like Breaking
Hazmat
Bad
suits.
suits,
Yep.
drive them. They go in there, walk all the way up to a booth that is, and they have the headset. How come that hasn't happened? Is that not allowed? I guess that's not allowed.
Yeah, they're very
Apparently,
strict.
that's not allowed.
Especially in a dome. You know, I bet they're worried. Super dome.
Oh, because the air.
Yeah, the air gets recirculated.
You're just pumping it into someone else's suite.
Yeah.
Walking up all those steps too really take it out of you if you've been battling COVID.
No, they have their own
Freight
COVID
elevator.
elevator.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about Big Mike, though.
Anyways, maybe this guy will have inside information on it, although he does not normally report on football.
Sure.
He does.
Also,
Oh yeah, he does.
he
Draft
dips his
night, he'll
toes.
come in.
Yeah.
Some other big time
Yeah.
news. This guy, what were you gonna say?
I was just going to say the one thing that does concern me about Dan Quinn is we know when he's a head coach, he wears the hat on forwards. As a DC, he's got the backwards hat on. So if
now-
he goes down
We'll
to the
see.
sideline and then potentially doesn't have it on backwards.
Florida Dan is going to become head coach too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Florida Dan's transitioning from defensive coordinator to just like Florida Tom.
Okay.
Florida Tom's throwing the ball around
So
with
we
the
should
backwards
know
hat.
early if he's got the backwards hat on.
We're
Cowboys
good.
roll. Yeah.
So this is live bet. We're good. Super
Yeah.
Boost.
Another
Exactly.
wrinkle, Ben McAdoofus will be on the sideline for the Cowboys. He was a consultant.
What's
Now
he
he's-
do?
He's resumed. He was a consultant for the Cowboys. Now he's resuming active duty as an assistant coach on the sideline.
Doing what? What's he doing? Get him out of there. We're playing good. Why is he
No,
going?
he was great as assistant.
Was he? Yeah, he got a head coaching job. Yeah, he's great. He's back in the role he needs.
So is Freddie Kitchens.
That's where McAdoo needs to be.
That's right.
McAdoo is right where McAdoo needs to be right there.
Freddie got the boys a win this week.
Yeah, Freddie Kitchens had him motivate too. Big hug.
Yeah, he scored 13 points, but
Yeah,
I
he
don't
didn't
like McAdoo at all. Being on
Joining
the
us now is a
sidelines.
man who might have some inside information on why they potentially can't have the COVID tunnel to the COVID elevator to a COVID suite for coaches in the NFL who have COVID who might be on play calling duties. Joining us now, senior NBA insider at the Stadium and the Athletic, friend of the show, Sham Sharani. Sham, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
Hey, something's real fishy going on with the NFL not letting these COVID coaches take a little, COVID elevator. Is that something that's been discussed at all, or is it because the inside air is circulating? That would have to be the case. And has this been broached in your sport yet?
No, we haven't had that broached. I mean, there's been all kinds of different things. Obviously, COVID, I feel like, really took off around the NBA, right? You had the leagues suspend March 2020, and it's been at the center, but no, nothing along those lines yet.
Okay, well, maybe Mike McCarthy will do it on Sunday. Not 100% sure. Let's move to your sport, though, Shams. There's a lot popping off in the middle of this NBA season that involve basically all the big stars, so let's dive right into it. Something is real fish emoji, fishing emoji going on. What is LeBron James speaking about? The first comment under this tweet, one of the greatest set of words pieced together on Twitter. Say, oh shit, Braun about to trade Adam Silver. Great response there. Is that what is going on? Braun's not happy. Seems like he's turning heel again, which I love. Here in Indiana, did the Marshawn Lynch big balls dance basically in somebody's face and had somebody kicked out. And I think he has been enjoying that and relishing that. What is going on with LeBron James, the king of the NBA?
Man, it's been a tumultuous last few weeks, right? Like, he just got back on the floor from the ab strain, then he comes back. He has an issue with Isaiah Stewart, which I came on your show to talk about. And he ends up getting suspended shortly after during that day. When I joined you guys, and so he's been through a tumultuous time. He got suspended at the Garden on national TV, and then he comes back, and then he enters the NBA's health and safety protocols on Tuesday. And so where this stands right now is he's going to be in protocols for at least the next 10 days. And so that puts him in position possibly to return next weekend. So not this upcoming weekend, but next weekend. That means he'd miss at least 5 or 6 games. And so that is a tough blow for the Lakers. But when you see LeBron James tweet something like that out, I think, just providing some context. From everything I've been told, LeBron James is feeling fine. He's feeling good. He hasn't been symptomatic as of right now, but it's just something he's dealing with, that NBA protocols say that you have to have 2 negative PCR tests to get back onto the floor after you've entered health and safety protocols. He has had, I'm told, at least 1 negative test, but has it been a PCR? Has it been a rapid? That part I'm not sure about, but I think the confusion that I'm sure lies with LeBron James is, I'm feeling fine. I am recording at least 1 negative test, but it's not up to the NBA's protocols, whether it's, PCR testing. And this is all very technical stuff. But if he doesn't record 2 straight negative PCR tests, period, he can't get back on the floor until at least 10 days. And I think that's what he's been grappling with. I'm sure it's frustrating for him.
Which one's the PCR one for those of us who might have forgot at this point? And what is the difference between? Is one just supposed to have a higher percentage of being right than the other one?
Yeah, I mean, the PCR test has a much, much higher frequency of being right. There's also the rapid test. The NBA has players also having rapid tests whenever they do have symptoms. And then if the rapid test shows something, then you go and get the PCR test if you are fully vaccinated, which I'm told LeBron James is fully vaccinated. So given the fact that he is, he does have to sit in protocols for at least 10 days. And he does have a window if he tests negative twice with PCR, which has a much, much higher frequency of being right, that he can get back on the floor sooner. But with these positive, any guy that enters protocols and has to sit at least 10 days, it can be even more than that. Joel Embiid just tested positive for COVID-19, several weeks ago. He ended up missing, guys, 3 weeks. So if LeBron James misses 3 weeks, that pushes him right up until Christmas Day. And then you also have to have a ramp-up period. It's tough, but he could realistically be sitting for for at least a couple weeks here.
Okay, so I couldn't produce. By the way, Sham Sharania here. Thank you for all this inside information in a sport we do not cover close enough, but we will when playoffs come because we're all paying attention. How come the NBA has a different set of guidelines than the NFL? Are they just better people than the NFL people are? Because if you're vaccinated and you're not having any symptoms, allegedly, depending upon which science, I mean, there is which one. Allegedly, if you're not having symptoms for like 3 days, you are no longer contagious. But maybe this is because the Omicron has come through. Yeah. Is that why it's changing, or does the NBA just have a different set of standards than the NFL because they care more?
No, I think the NBA has been pretty strict from really the outset. Whenever they can be stringent on their policies, they have been. So I don't think that they're going to change their policy just based on one positive test or whatever the case may be. It's always been in the NBA, since the vaccine, since the vaccines came into form and were made available, that if you do have a positive test, you sit in protocols for at least 10 days. It was 10 to 14 days, mostly 14 days with a positive test, but that was pre-vaccine. So, I have seen your guys' sport. In the NFL, guys are testing positive and playing, if they're vaccinated, playing that same week. That same luxury just is not, the NBA has 10 days at least.
Oh, shit, bro. So Braun might be trading Adam Silver.
Uh-oh.
That might be. Because Braun is the guy, right? If it happens to Braun, this is how change will happen, you think? Is that how it is viewed in the NBA? Or is this like the NBA saying, no, it can happen to LeBron, it can happen to anybody? And is that how the relationship is? And is that why LeBron's like, this is fishy? Or is LeBron legitimately just because he can produce a rapid negative, but he can't produce a PCR negative?
So, listen, at the end of the day, the protocols are the protocols. That's one thing that I was told in the immediate aftermath of this LeBron James situation. So the NBA is not going to just change their rule based on a positive, based on, even if it's the face of the league or whatever the case may be. The policy is the policy. Now, what LeBron James, I'm sure, is frustrated about, is concerned about, is wondering out loud about is how can I record a negative rapid test or a negative test, but then once the PCR test or the NBA mandated or NBA necessary test, I'm coming up positive and I'm still feeling fine. I'm feeling great. And yet I'm still recording positives. And that, I'm sure, for him is frustrating. And him, he's going to wonder aloud while he's in that state of not being able to play and not being able to really ramp up and get back on the floor. He's going to be wondering out loud, like, what is really going on? But at the end of the day, the policy, protocols are protocols. He's going to be sitting in health and safety for at least 10 days.
You think Braun calls Dr. Joe Rogan or what?
I don't have any information on that. But
all right, I'm
not even going to speculate.
All right, let's move on to another storyline. Kyrie Irving, in the same vein of this entire thing, vaccination status. Obviously, he said, I ain't getting it. The NBA said you have to. Then Brooklyn said you have to. Then now this is gone on for a long time now. I haven't heard much update. Is there any update in that entire situation, Shams?
Yeah, so one thing, it's not really the NBA's mandate, it's New York City's mandate. So there's a new mayor administration that comes into effect in New York City in January. So there had been some talk, like, does that mayor, the incoming mayor, Eric Adams, come in and drop the mandate? And I think that still probably sits in the back of the mind for either Kyrie Irving or the Nets. Like, there's got to be some level of hope. But at the end of the day, I've talked to City Hall officials in New York City. Getting a call, not important.
Oh, is it City Hall? Is it City Hall?
I've gotten calls from the people in New York City, in the City Hall, in the mayor's office, and they've told me, given the rates of cases that are climbing and given where we're at as a city, there's not really an urgency to lift the mandate. Like, there's no plan to lift the mandate. So if that's the case, Kyrie Irving, he's not anywhere closer to getting the vaccine. So if he's not going to get the vaccine, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not going to play basketball unless he's traded, because unless the Nets come out, suddenly and say, fine, Kyrie, we're going to let you play road games. We're going to let you practice at home, but but we're changing our stance. We're going to now let you come back. Or unless Kyrie Irving goes and decides to get the shot, there's not really an end in sight here. And I reported this in October. I'm sure I came on this show and talked about it too.
Shut up.
The Nets have been open if teams want to inquire and put in offers for Kyrie Irving. I think they have no choice at this point because it's a guy that isn't available to play. But the Sixers haven't shown any capacity to moving Ben Simmons, and there really hasn't been many offers given as of yet. But we'll see if that changes between now and the trade deadline.
When you talk to City Hall, and we're talking about the mandates and stuff. Do you ever just say, like, hey, you guys ever going to get to the point where it's like you don't think they're going to change their minds and just like, hey, if they die, they die because they didn't want to get it? Like, do you ever say that to them, or do you just say, okay, thank you for the information, and then you just kind of bounce out? Do you follow up on any of these?
No, I mean, I say, like, what is there going to be an exception? If you don't change the mandate, is there going to be an exception? And as of right now, there doesn't appear to be, as far as,
got good handles,
if they're going to drop it, they're going to drop it. They're going to add an exception. I think that might be one avenue that Kyrie Irving would have to pursue. But
that'd be a great way. No signs. Hey, that'd be a great way, especially after that speech he gave the other night. That'd be a great way. I think whenever he won, this speech went viral because it was like a unifying, like, hey, we're all in this in together. I think a good move would be give an exception to Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, let him play.
Yeah, just start his entire. Oh my God!
I don't know if he'd get city support for that.
No,
I think
that's a talent.
He'd win the borough of Brooklyn. That's for sure, 100%.
So, Kyrie, you're saying are teams just not interested? Is there numerous players out in the league that aren't vaccinated and are still playing in other teams, and it's not a big deal at all? Or is he like the only player that isn't vaccinated?
No, I think there's a pocket of about 15 to 18 players, I'm told, that is not vaccinated around the league. So Kyrie Irving is not the only guy. There's about a list of about 15 guys that isn't. So, but again, he's playing in a market that mandates you having at least one shot. And so I don't think there's not interest in Kyrie Irving, but listen, he's a guy that at this point, he is essentially an expiring contract. He has a player option for next season, and that gives him some leverage on where he would possibly end up if he were to be traded, because no team is going to trade for Kyrie Irving and meet a price threshold of a guy like that. I mean, he's one of the top 10 players in the league when healthy and when he's on the floor. So no team is going to go trade the house for someone like that, and then he bounces in the summer. He doesn't even want to play for you now. So I think that part of it does make any type of a trade volatile. Now, which markets he played for, I think, is still up for question.
What are the NBA protocols? Like in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers has an actual countdown on how many days he doesn't have to get tested because he's publicly got COVID. So he's got the antibodies. Although, does that matter with Omicron? I don't know, man. There's a chance this Omicron Shams is about to fucking do it. I mean, the way Omicron's getting pushed. Sorry. Omicron. Sorry. Is there anything that'll change if he was to get COVID? If he was to get COVID publicly and they knew and they were able to test he gets COVID, then he has the antibodies. Does that change anything at all in the NBA or the city mandate or anything? No.
No. There's no change even if he were to get COVID. Nope.
Wow. Hey, what a pickle, huh?
Yeah.
This is going to be talked about 5-10 years from now, Shams. This is going to be talked about.
I mean, especially if he doesn't take the floor. I mean, you look at it even from a financial component, right? This is obviously much bigger than that. Fans want to see him back on the court. You know, it's health and safety and whatnot. But he is passing on $17 million this year by not playing. And he is, basically they would have, there's a strong chance he would have been offered that $186 million contract extension as well from the Nets. And so you add that up, he is passing on around $200 million in his decision not to get vaccinated right now. And that's a decision clearly he's made clear it's not about the money for him. And he's obviously standing firm on that.
And I think that's a great depiction of how passionate he is in his stance on whether or not he's going to get it. And I think, people just don't know that there's people that like, it feels like we're just going to be doing this.
He's not getting it.
Yeah, he's not. He's not getting $166 million.
And that's my sense is like, if he hasn't, we're now a month and a half, 2 months, 2.5 months in. What's going to quite change for him to just
not just him, by the way.
Hey, I'm going to get the shot. I'm going to get vaccinated.
Sean's not just him, by the way. This is more of like everybody, a world thing. Yeah. It's like, hey, what? Like this is.
Well, I guess Coach K has Coach K talked to him yet?
Well, that is something. Coach K could potentially turn this whole thing around, but he's busy on his last lap. He just lost in Columbus. Holy shit!
Wake up, Coach.
It's unbelievable. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Shams, is LeBron pissed because he sees Jokic partying in clubs and singing the Serbian national anthem? And also, can you confirm that he spent $5 million on bottle service after they beat the Miami Heat with his brothers?
I cannot confirm that, unfortunately. I can dig on it for you guys, but I can't confirm it quite yet. As far as the first question, no, I don't think LeBron has any type of issue with Nikola Jokic going out. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if you're fully vaccinated, you are able to live a pretty free, you have a lot of, Enes Kanter freedom. You have a lot of freedom. You're able to go out. You're able to go to bars and restaurants, really move freely. If you're not vaccinated, You have to get daily testing. You can't go to the bars and restaurants and clubs and going out with large social groups. As far as NBA protocol,
even more so. Okay, 166 million, and can't force a Miami club to play the Serbian national anthem.
That's right.
Kind of a bummer.
That's how passionate against the vaccine.
Exactly.
He's not the only one.
No.
Since we should recognize that as a thing that is existing in the world. Where, hey, I understand not that we. Hey, listen, we want a lot of shit change. We don't want that. We wish everybody was on the same page. But in reality, I don't think it's ever going to happen. This dude can't even rent out clubs. He can't get 166 million. Not that Kyrie would want to do that, but the life is so different. The NBA is pitching to Kyrie, and he's like, "No, I don't want it, man." That's how passionate he is about it. That should be recognized, I think, as not just he's not the only one. There's probably others that are like that. It's a wild time right now. Shams, go ahead, Tone.
Shams, what the hell's going on with the Clippers and Kawhi and just everything over there? It just doesn't feel right. What's going on?
They stink.
Not great.
I mean, listen, anytime you don't have Kawhi Leonard, you're not going to be that championship contending team that I think obviously they felt like they were. You look last year before he tear his ACL, I think the Clippers were on that path to making the NBA Finals and making a deep run and possibly winning a championship. It might have been them and not Phoenix. Unfortunately, Kawhi Leonard has that ACL tear. And so anytime you have an ACL tear, he had surgery, I believe it was either in June or July. I want to say July. But you have surgery, you usually tend to miss with ACL tears at least anywhere from 10 to 12 months. So there's not, around the league, there hasn't been great optimism that Kawhi Leonard will return this season. But I know Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers, they're not ruling out a return. So this team won't really fulfill what I think it feels like its destiny is until he's back on that floor. Paul George has done an amazing job this year. He's played at an MVP level. But they need Kawhi Leonard to be championship contenders again.
Okay, so... I love Kawhi Leonard, by the way. I'm a big fan. The Brooklyn Nets, let's go back to them without Kyrie. Are they dead too? So the Clippers are dead. The Nets are dead?
Oh, no.
KD,
I don't think the Nets are dead. I mean, they have a healthy Kevin Durant.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Are they doing well? It's about, I'm a big Kevin Durant guy. James Harden was getting murdered earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Is he back?
He's back.
Oh, let's go, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He had a put back
I think he just dropped a 30-piece.
Oh, he's back. All right, okay, good. That's good news.
I think he's starting to feel good. I think he's starting to finally get a hold of this foul, this non-basketball moves rule change that the league implemented this year, and I think he's starting to feel better. I know he's been getting back in better shape after dealing with a hamstring injury last year, so you're starting to see him get back in the groove. Kevin Durant. That team is still going to be there with the Milwaukees, the Miamis. They're going to be there. There's no question about it. Now it's just a matter of will they have enough? I think if they had Kyrie Irving on that team, if they get Kyrie Irving back, they have to be the prohibitive favorites. But until they have Kyrie, to me, they're just in the pack with Phoenix, Utah, and all these, and some of these other teams. Golden State obviously has been a revelation.
Wagon, even though they lost to Phoenix the other night.
That's
fucking, what are we doing, Steph? All right, I thought we were hot and making everything. And one team had won 16 straight games. They're going to lose.
Yeah, come on. Make a shot one time, Steph. Jesus.
Just one time. Fucking put the ball in the hoop.
Yes.
Has anybody thought about with the new style of basketball, like what potentially happens at Rucker Park, the E-League, LA Fitnesses around in the offseason? If James Harden isn't playing like, oh, I'm getting fouled basketball, and they're actually starting to go in, these E-League dudes, like at the Equinox in LA, in the offseason, they're about to get fucking bodied.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Is that the type of... I haven't watched any basketball. That's 100% on me. There's been a lot of football, although college football is ending, so shout out NBA coming in right on time. Shout out NBA coming in right on time.
Hey, after Christmas is NBA time, Pat.
Yeah, you're damn right. I can't wait for it. And I love... Like, when I used to go to the Pacers games, I enjoy it. Just whenever you're watching freak athletes do freak athletic things at a very high level, like, I enjoy that. I always will. But are we in the International Basketball Association rules or whatever it is, the Olympic rules? Is that the style of play that's happening in the NBA right now, if I haven't watched?
I don't think it's quite 90s basketball yet, but I have heard, some teams and some players refer to what's going on right now as far as a little bit more physicality. You're able to have a little bit more physical play, especially when it comes to non-basketball moves. Yeah. Like if you're making a move where you're clearly trying to force contact as an offensive player, you are not going to be given the same liberties as far as you're going to be able to draw fouls on plays that the league is saying are not basketball moves. So a lot of that contact is now going. They're letting it go. So I don't think it's 90s basketball. I don't think it's what we've seen the last 5 years where it's really loose. It's guys can really do whatever they want on the floor. I think it's somewhere in that middle. And I do think that's that perfect round. I think we've seen a lot of great games this year.
Conspiracy talker, do you think Skip Bayless is the driver behind this? Because this is more similar to Michael Jordan's era of basketball. They get LeBron James at the end of his career, and they say, well, he would have never been able to make it. It kind of...
now let's turn the game back.
So why is everybody against LeBron? Is that what he was tweeting about? Is that why something real fishy going on? Is that what he's talking about? Is they're trying to set him up not to look good anymore, or what?
No. I think I told you guys exactly what's going on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was just trying to.
I'm not guessing. I know what's like. At the end of the day, if he feels like he's feeling good, like why is he sit? Why sit at home? So, but again, it's protocol. You have to test negative. All that. So
I can't wait to see LeBron.
I don't think LeBron is tripping on non-basketball moves. He just put up. What do you have? 39 against the Pacers.
Oh yeah.
You said he came back and then now he's in the protocol. It's like, well, he didn't just come back. He came back dagger in Indiana and then kicked some people out. While kicking them out, a couple. He said these fucking people right here or something like that. So they had to say something worse than what he was just saying there. He said get them out, and then he was lighting it up.
Lethal.
Step back three from far, and then does the big nuts right in. I mean, he was all the way back.
$15,000 fine.
Keep them coming. I don't like that it was in Indiana. I don't like that it was in Indiana. Okay, do it somewhere else. But whenever he was with Miami and with
Right in
Cleveland.
your city, Pat.
Yeah,
right in your city.
Right down the road here. And if this is after Christmas, maybe think about going to that game, maybe. But what I'm saying is, I didn't like that it was here, but I like that this is LeBron. I like it. I enjoy this out of people. I like when there's personality and competitive shit talk and everything like that, which is why I probably hate the taunting emphasis in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I don't hate? I love this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Sharoni. Thank you, dude. We didn't get a chance to even see a second camera on him.
No. He was on his game.
Did we ask about Simmons?
No, Ben Simons did not.
I did have a question about Zion, too.
Let's get him back. Can we get him back? Hopefully he's not on his call already. We need to ask about Zion. I forget about these stories, because... I mean, it's not even basketball season.
No.
There's a lot going on in the NBA, and it's not even basketball season.
Simons hasn't.
That's crazy. Preseason's been crazy.
It really has.
There's been a lot going on.
And also, like you were saying, with like the NBA and stuff like that, can you imagine what will happen if LeBron is out and misses that Christmas Day game? They might just cancel the rest of the season.
No.
He might just say, fuck it, I'm not doing this
Kevin Durant
anymore.
will handle biz.
Yeah.
Steph Curry will handle biz.
What if he gets COVID with it? Even if he's vaccinated, he's potentially out 3 to 6 months.
What is that all about, by the way?
That's absurd.
That is absurd. I thought we had advancements. I thought we had advancements in this entire thing.
We don't need LeBron on Christmas.
Well, that's what
We
Kyrie's
do need LeBron like Santa Claus.
That's what Kyrie's saying, too. It's like, oh, you want me to get vaccinated? Even if I don't, I'm going to
Joining us right now again, Shams. So sorry, Shams. We missed a couple things.
What's going on?
I forgot about a couple things happening in the NBA. Where Ty had a question for you. This is obviously very important.
Yeah, Shams, you're talking about how it's kind of almost going back to the way the NBA was in the 90s, with the physical play and everything. So if that is the case, why don't the Pelicans have Zion beef up to 550, and just bulldoze? And also, can we get a post-Thanksgiving update? Was he responsible at the table?
God. What is your deal?
I want to know when the fucking guy's going to play.
Me too. I love the guy.
And
Zion Williamson is fully cleared for all basketball activities.
Let's go!
His first practice today with the Pelicans. So,
today.
His first full practice with the team, Zion Williamson, the expectation has been that it would be today. So, that is good news for New Orleans. That's good news for you, Ty.
How's he
I
looking?
am told he is on track to
his
play
knees
this
feel?
season.
Bro, who cares? His knees feel good. Everybody needs to get off of Zion's back. He's a big body. Okay, get over it. But he's been doing big boy things since he was a little child. Taking off from the foul line on little white kids in South Carolina through the legs on Instagram since I've literally been like 15 years old, let alone how old he was.
I love those big boy things. I don't like him eating a whole bucket of Blue Bunny ice cream. Those are the big boy things we need to eliminate.
No more big gulps.
Those are muscles.
No
You
more
see what he's doing?
supersized me's,
All right,
okay?
I'm sick of the Shams. This is bullshit. I don't like what's going on here from this show. I am happy to hear that Zion's back. Let's get him to a team that's on TV.
Here we go.
Now that he's back,
New
let's
York.
try to do that. Last question: Ben Simmons still a thing? Is he playing yet? Is he found? What's going on with Ben Simmons in Philadelphia?
No update on Ben Simmons.
Really?
Ben Simmons is still getting, is still working out on the floor and 1-on-0 drills and spot shooting. He's working with a mental health specialist on his side, and that mental health specialist, I'm told, is talking to the team's mental health specialist. So at this point, it is status quo. It is really just about when Ben Simmons if and when he feels mentally ready to play in Philadelphia, which as of right now, he is not.
So he's practicing in the facility with the team, without the team, all by himself.
I think the team is present sometimes, but he's there. He goes to team meetings. He's complying with everything, but playing in games.
Does he sit on the bench at games, or he doesn't go to the games?
He doesn't. I don't believe he attends games. No, but if he ever did attend a game in Philadelphia, Pat, it would be a scene. That's for sure.
Bill Burr said it yesterday. They forget the people they boo. They do it so often.
Yeah, Philadelphia. Yeah, he forgot about the.
It would go crazy in Philly if he was on that.
Now, Joel Embiid said, hey, we got to pull for him. He's our brother.
Yeah.
I thought that was all good.
I don't know if the fans are riding with that.
Oh, okay, Philly. Yeah, we can't thank you enough. Senior insider, writer, analyst for the
Double
Athletic.
appearance today.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, a little overtime. Hey, we had an encore. It was like, as you went off the stage, everybody's like, Shams. And you came back out and you were like, Zion is back.
He's back.
Ben Simmons still doing his. And you say, thank you so much, Indianapolis. Good night. Thank you, Shams Saran. That was a great encore.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, he is. He gives us like actual breaking news.
yeah.
I have no idea what in there was breaking news or if there was any breaking
That
news.
is a fun game to try to play while the interview's going on.
Something
Like,
about LeBron.
What part of this is going to be the breaking news?
Yeah, like which part is going to get clipped into basketball Twitter?
Probably the
and
one-
what is the clip going to be that I'm going to get roasted in basketball Twitter?
I mean, who cares?
No, I enjoy it. Those are fun
Yeah.
nights. That's when Shams comes on. It is a fun time. We crack into NBA Twitter, which is a very active Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Out of
awesome.
nowhere.
It's the best. It's one of the greatest. So if you look at the internet as real estate, okay, and you know how you view like some places are like, the best places on earth. Like if you look at Twitter, NBA Twitter is like would be the highest priced living because of how it is incredible.
Yeah, the best.
It is incredible over there.
I mean, the guy that responded to LeBron's tweet. With
Yeah, exactly.
with him trading Adam Silver.
That was a throwaway tweet for that guy, probably.
Yeah, throwaway.
They are unbelievable. And whenever we make our way in there, it is so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, here we go. We're on the fucking ride now.
The Stephen A's burner is also very, very
so
good.
good.
They crush.
All right, let's get to a break, dude. That is... Shout out to Shams, man.
Shout out.
I'm asking him questions like, hey, what type of basketball are they playing?
Yeah.
I could watch, obviously. I don't.
Christmas.
But Shams is perfect for keeping us updated.
Yeah.
And I feel like he understands the assignment too. Like, hey, I'm talking to a bunch of idiots here. That's very nice of him.
Just lay it out.
Big
I would
nuggets.
like to see the spaceship that he sits in front of every day.
It's crazy. He's got that, and he's always got like, I think he does his own self-cut. He does, right? That's what he said.
Always.
Does he
Has
just
to.
like sink back into the spaceship and then it does everything?
Oh, you
for
think
him?
he's a robot?
And then he just no, it's like one part of the hub of the spaceship has like a barber setting, and you slide in and it does everything.
Oh, and then he
slide
goes right
out.
in the camera.
Yeah, and then boom, right back.
Oh, okay. You're saying just in his bathroom, maybe?
Yes.
Like every morning he has the freshest fade of all time.
And it's just like a bucket.
Brush your teeth, okay?
Uh-huh.
Wash your face. No, well, you won't wash your face yet. You put your bucket on.
Yes.
Give yourself a fade, line up, boom. Wash your face.
Yep.
And then you're,
Boom,
it's
right
part of
on
the morning.
camera. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Shout out to him, dude. He deserves
Shout
it.
out.
He's really fucking good.
Had a baby Shams.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes talking about things that we know about.
Hell yeah.
Maybe. 1-833-4 McAfee on the 5 Energy front line. Can't wait to chat with you. We got an incredible super boost for tonight. The biggest super boost we have ever been, given from FanDuel. We fight. There's a little bit of a give and take between us and the risk and trading department over there. The people that are the ones that are setting the lines, the bookmakers back there, the ones who have to design and see how much money could potentially go out the door if they were to lose. They're the ones that are, on FanDuel's side. They're the ones that are legitimately competing directly against all of us.
Absolutely.
Trying to beat him.
And we are not owned by FanDuel. So it is literally us trying to beat them. They know that. We know that. This is the biggest one they've given us. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we
Hey,
do.
good business there, Finn.
Good business.
Hey, it's a good game. Good sportsmanship
It
here.
is.
Hey, good luck in this game tonight.
Good luck tonight.
You did come to our stadium for this. It's the first home game that we've got.
That's right.
And it's very nice of them. We are appreciative.
Oh, yeah.
But goddamn it, we got to win about it. And we got to talk about it after the break. We're back in 4. Cheers. All right. Well, hey, Bill. We appreciate the hell out of your time, man. This was an one of the best conversations I've ever had in my life. I appreciate this.
All right. Well, I don't understand why it took you so long to get me on this show. I'm
Well,
a huge
fuck-
fan of yours. I think you're hilarious. So don't be a stranger.
I don't know if you
All
mean
right.
that or not. But
No, I do. And by the way, you know what I've been singing about the Patriots season so far? It's beginning to look a lot like 2001.
All right, well, when you
Who is this Mac Jones? And we got Billy fucking B working on our fucking D, and all the Colts fans are gonna cry. Go fuck yourselves, everybody. I'll see you in Indianapolis.
yeah, I can't wait to see you.
In another week.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Burr, thank you, man.
You got me something, but I'm not going to get it.
Well, I mean, we'll enjoy it for you because you probably can't eat it because you don't eat milk or whatever.
Whoa.
You got a birthday coming up, right?
I do. 38 big ones. Is there 38 candles on there?
Well, there's only going to be 2 that's lit because there's a lot of fucking candles. There's no way I'm lighting all those things. But happy birthday, dude. We definitely knew your birthday was coming up before you said it. And didn't order this cake during this conversation and got it here because we are a great group of people and friends of yours. We appreciate you so much, man. We'll ship you this cake. Would you like to give us a speech of anything you've learned here in your last 38 trips around the sun, pal?
Oh, man. It was a really interesting year for me. A lot of great growth. I think in general, I definitely learned over the last year who my people are and who my people aren't. And I'm thankful for all those people who are my people and have, been so encouraging and supportive throughout the year, especially during the football season. And so thankful to have people, come out to the games and support me. And, it's always fun to have guests during the season. That's what you missed the most, I think, during the COVID year, was not seeing those regular people. Brian Bumgarner was one of them that came out to the game this week and sang. And his birthday was actually yesterday.
Hey, happy birthday! Happy birthday! A couple candles for you too, pal.
But life is all about relationships and cultivating the ones that I think bring you that life and that positivity and that joy. And I'm just thankful for those people who continue to show up for me and encourage me and hold me accountable and breathe life and happiness and joy into my daily walk around this planet. I'm thankful for all you guys and for this weekly Tuesday thing we do, and thankful for another year around the sun.
Well, we're thankful for you too, man. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aaron. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, dude. Make a wish, dude. Go ahead. Yeah, great work. That was incredible, man. Happy birthday.
Still got it.
Welcome back to the show. Super Boost is live on FanDuel Sportsbook. Hell yeah. It's a big one. It revolves around tonight's game as the Dallas Cowboys head down to the New Orleans Saints in our hammer Dahn Cowboy has a super boost on FanDuel that we're going to ride into a beautiful place because the actual spread for tonight's game is 5 points. The Cowboys are favored. It's probably more than that now, right?
6. Yeah,
6. It's at 6 now because this graphic was made before Kamara was ruled out. I mean, the Saints are very, very thin. And in a game like football, anything can happen, especially whenever you have a bunch of people, odds stacked against you like nobody. There's with Sean Payton and his amount of spite and competitive juices with Taysom Hill. Maybe they'll find a way to stay in this game. And if you don't like the 6, that's cool with us. We're at 2.5.
Yeah.
We think the Cowboys are going to beat the dog shit out of this Saints team by at least a field goal.
At least a field goal.
They are out everybody, and everybody is back for the Cowboys. And tonight starts the run that Tone Diggs has as he saddles the Super Boost horse for all of us. Tone, has anything changed over the last 50 minutes since we first announced this that has maybe made you more excited or maybe more worrisome?
Maybe not. No, maybe more excited because I was just thinking, like maybe Sean Payton is the better coach and stuff like that. But the Confucius that we have in this office, Mitt McMahon, he once told me it's not about the X's and O's, Tony. It's about the Jimmies and Joes.
That's right.
Okay.
And tonight, the Dallas Cowboys have the Jimmies and Joes.
James and Joseph is all over the field.
That's right.
So many players back for the Cowboys. It is going to be bright with the amount of stars that are shining in the Cowboys uniforms tonight on primetime television.
I just can't see there being any way that the Saints win this game
At all.
which scares me a little bit.
Scares us all.
But
Scares us all. That is the thing that's most worrisome is I'm getting tweets from Saints fans that are saying, we're out QB1, QB2,
What?
RB1, RB2, LT1, RT1, and then a bunch of other ones. They're like, if we win this game, and it's like, us talking about it, we need you not to. Those are just more and more things that are like, this has to hit. This seems like the biggest and best bet of all time. Of all time. There has been safe calls and good bets, and in the Super Bowl last year, it was very apparent who was going to score the tuds, who got traded onto the team, who's a primetime player and the most lights on. Okay, Gronk's going to score. Antonio Brown's going to score. Leonard Fournette's going to score. That was obvious. That was like a plus 2,000 something. That was an obvious parlay, I thought. This is one that just feels too easy, like a gimme.
I'd like to put an asterisk on it if it doesn't
Asterisk,
hit.
by the way. I got dunked on game day learning that there is a difference.
Asterisk.
What Reese did was asterisk.
Asterisk.
I can't say it either. I was on ESPN on game day when it
That
happened
if
to
it
me.
doesn't hit.
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
It's an asterisk.
Asterisk.
Asteroid. I'd like to put an asteroid on this one. If
Okay.
it doesn't hit, not my fault.
Of course not.
No.
It's all of our fault.
Yeah.
No, it's none of our faults.
Whose fault?
Fucking Cowboys.
Yeah, they should win this handily.
Mike McCarthy.
You are a Cowboy.
Hey, show up, dude.
No, I'm a Fugaze.
No, not You're the one on the horse. Ted, you're the one on the horse.
Tony.
I'm a COVID.
Oh, Noni.
Let's get to the phone.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Tony. Yeah, today's a good day, Tony. Remember, let's
I
say
just
positive.
felt bad calling myself a Cowboy when the Nationals finals rodeo.
Yeah, because the actual Cowboys are competing to see who's the best Cowboy.
Yeah,
They're not saying that you're anywhere near their level of Cowboy, but I do believe at some sense of your soul you are a Cowboy, and we need you to remain being that little Fugaze Cowboy for at least 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more nights.
Take the Cowboys.
Already
40
got
and a half.
Sundays
I
in
don't
the
care.
holster if it hits.
We could have Super Boost, I guess, maybe Cowboys 13 and a half.
13 and a half. I feel good
Maybe
about
get
20.
that thing up to like plus 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Cowboys off a loss, too. They need to win. The Eagles are getting hot.
Big Mike McCarthy, no watermelons. It'll be like a little bit of an adjustment on how they get focused and ready.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I mean, Ron Rivera.
The guy joining us on the other side of the 6-minute break to start hour 2, like he picked this team to be in a Super Bowl last year.
He did.
Yeah.
He's been waiting on tonight. I assume he's riding with us heavy if he could in Ohio, even though they said they'll pass sports gambling like 3 years ago and they haven't yet.
Right.
It would be nice if they did that.
It would be.
Time. New York, though.
New York's coming soon.
Yeah.
Big time announcement.
Here we go.
It's gonna be a big time play probably.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'd say so.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
In New York.
Jersey's already the leading fucking gambling because they're next to New York.
New York is gonna garner so much revenue off of this that this will be to everybody else.
Yeah.
Did you see how much New York fucking made off it in 1 month?
Give me that.
They're the house now.
Yeah.
For all the books. They're going to make so much money, it's going to go everywhere else. Thank you, New York.
Thank you, New York.
Maybe Ohio will be soon. Speaking of Ohio, we got a stooge from there next hour. See you at 6. Actually staring down a losing season for the first time in 20 years.
Jesus. Damn.
Wow, moment of silence, dude. I should stand for this one. It's a big one.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's a day, 20 years a long time.
7 more minutes.
I just saw a picture of you getting out of, I think, a 757 that was from Jim Irsay. What was that, and have you ever been in that plane before?
I thought it was like the team plane to fly all of the Indianapolis Colts. Literally, I mean, it's got the logo on it, Pat, and it was awesome. But look, that's just Jim. Pat, I had a wonderful 14 years there. It's obviously the team that I wanted to play for always. I understood the decision he had to make, and no hard feelings. And for him to send his plane to fly me and my son down here, it was a great gesture. A lot of room for me and Marshall. We were throwing the football. Pretty cool experience. Pretty cool father-son weekend.
By the way, as he's moving from event to event right now, you are the best, dude. Where are you headed right now?
I'm going to the game. I got Lynch. I got Faneca. I got these guys in the background.
Boys, congratulations. Yeah! Congratulations, boys. All right, Peyton. Oh, hey, there he is. Marshall, I hope you enjoyed that plane, pal. Hey, Peyton, last thing here. You talking to Tom Brady, you becoming friends with him. It was interesting to watch. Oh, yeah, take the photo. Take the photo. All right, we will wrap this up.
Well, I'll tell you, Pat, I don't think anybody can do what Tom has done. Look, I know how hard it was for me to get on the same page with my receivers, learn a new system, learn new coaches. But I had a full off season. I was injured. I was rehabbing. The fact that Tom has done this in a COVID pandemic off season, no time to meet with his receivers. He met with his coaches illegally by breaking into Byron Leftwich's house. So besides that, it's been incredible what he's been able to accomplish, and he deserves all the credit. His leadership is what's put the Bucs in this game today, and I have great respect for him because I know how hard it is, but he deserves all the credit.
Hey, how did you know Red 18 was coming?
Pat, I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you telling that story and just growing the legend. That was about the 18th time I tried it. I was 17 going into that. And, you know, when it doesn't hit, you just keep walking. Nobody ever really tells you about it. So when it hit, I was as surprised as you were. And the reaction from some of the good old folks there in the casino that night was pretty special.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. You made me and those folks in the casino a bunch of money. Congrats on the Hall of Fame nod. Thank you for spending time. Enjoy yourself at the game, Peyton.
Pat, thanks, pal. I appreciate you.
The Sheriff, Hall of Famer, Peyton.
Hey, with the 17-game season, I talked to Pat earlier. I've seen some people try to say players may be pacing themselves or whatever. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Do you ever feel that with anybody? Is like your day-to-day change or anyone's mindset change with the 17-game season? And also, what are the chances that you're going to be playing in Green Bay next year?
Hey, that's good journalism.
It's a twofer.
Thank you for that too. For that, I find it hard to imagine anybody's pacing themselves. We're talking about one more game. You know, we've played 16 games for so many years in a row now. One extra game, you're talking about, you know, a 6.25% increase in playing. Like, I don't think anybody's actually really pacing themselves with the extra game now.
Did you just do that? Wow. Did you just do that math in your head right there? Or do you have the? Are you one of those guys like, oh, let me carry the one?
42 times 82.
Yeah, they have this cover 2 defense right now. I've seen this 40. Is that you? Is that real?
That's real, yeah.
All right.
So,
7 times 2.
I've got some good mental math tricks I can do. Another time. Another show.
Another
show. Age, no comment.
Oh, shit! Hey, they're gonna have to bleep me out of a lot.
That's a good thing.
My reaction out.
I just wanted to no comment you, Age. That's fun for me. Now that you're a media personality, a big media guy.
Isn't that the first thing they tell you, though, when they sit you down your rookie year? Don't say no comment. That's what they told us.
Yeah, I wasn't part of that conversation.
But you are a rebel, though, so you can say it.
A maverick.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about. Yes,
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show here on this glorious Thursday Night Football. Our heater horse has arrived. Super Boost Thursday, December 2nd. We shall begin now. Yeah! Joining us from an attic in Ohio, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, absolute icon living, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hall. Centerville, let's go, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, Elks.
What's
Go Hawks.
How's it going?
Hey, everything's going good, man. It's a crazy time to be alive, but we got a super boost tonight that's going to hit and feel electrifying. I mean, you're talking about minus 230 to plus 100. I know in Ohio you can't enjoy this, so we will just take your take on tonight's game, and this will be the official line that we'll make our official Week 13 picks off of, because this is a bet that is available and is plus 100 right now at FanDuel. Dallas Cowboys with their entire team traveled down to New Orleans tonight to take on a ragtag group of Saints players that we do not know the names of, except for Taysom Hill. The defense is still going to be the defense.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we're talking about on the offensive side of the ball. There's left tackle out, right tackle out, running back out, Kamara out, obviously. Kamara out, another one out, quarterback one out, quarterback two out. They have seemingly odds stacked against them with a Cowboys team who is all the way back for the first time this season. Now, Big Mike McCarthy can't hit the watermelons the night before a game last night, but this feels like a Cowboys cakewalk. Am I wrong in thinking this, AJ? I know you're a big fan of that team.
I mean, it absolutely is. It looks like it's going to be a cakewalk. I can't believe that. So Dallas minus 2.5. You can get that at plus 100. Really?
Only at FanDuel, by the way. And this is because, you know, we've been going at it. Us in the risk and trading team are who we have to go through to get the boost. You know, we pitch bets and they have to approve it, and then they'll give us options like we can do this, we can do that. Can't do this. They normally this would lie in the one for the past couple of years that they would be like, cannot do this. Like,
Yeah,
we cannot do this because do you know? They'll even send back like do you know how much money our company would lose under our leadership, like the risk and trade, under us being the quarterbacks of this particular book? Do you know how much money our company would lose if we were to do that? And it's like, yeah, fucking run it, dude. Let's
You
go.
gotta tell, and you tell him, Pat, hey, that's a risk we're willing to take.
Well, every single time, by the way, every single time. It's like, yeah, come on, it's good. It's good. Come on, it's a good game. It's a good sport. And we have
Taysom
lost.
starting there, right?
Yeah, Taysom starting. He's been getting 1 reps. They could be a whole new team.
What if he turns out to be Steve Young, as Sean Payton has said?
And we've seen that one time out of 7 games that he has played in. So, like, that is a potential thought that maybe tonight with all the outliers and variables.
Maybe the defense scores once, gets 2 or 3 turnovers.
Hey, AJ, that's what we don't need. So you are on the Saints side? Are you taking Saints plus 2.5? Good for you.
Oh, no. I got Big Mike and the Cowboys. I heard McAdoo's on the sidelines. Absolute Cowboys.
You heard us break that news earlier. We that was kind of startling there out of nowhere. But that's where McAdoo's supposed to be, AJ. You know what? Sometimes
Yeah,
when
I played for Ben. I know Ben was in Green Bay with me. I know.
What type of guy is he? Pittsburgh guy, huh, Donner? He's
He
a
does
Western.
he does not want his suit tailored at all. That's for sure.
Hey, just like you on draft night, but he hasn't evolved at all through the years.
That was the style back then. That was current day. Like,
You look clean.
We trimmed it up a little bit since then.
I didn't necessarily love that. You know, he was a Western Pennsylvania Mac. You know, McAdoo. Like
He's not technically Western Pennsylvania.
they were claiming they were sending him into Western
Homer
Pennsylvania.
City, dude. Indiana, PA.
Yeah, that's not.
That's Western Pennsylvania. I mean, it is Western
But
Pennsylvania. It's not Pittsburgh.
It's not Allegheny County.
Yeah, they were trying to
So
throw
you're
it.
saying that's not like they're not tough over there? Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
I'm just
I assume
saying
they're tough. I mean,
it's like an hour and a
Pennsylvania.
half. It's like an hour and a half away from the city, dude.
Well, it's fucking Pennsylvania too. You know we're tough, AJ. Come on.
I know you Philly kids. I know. I don't.
All right,
whoa.
All right, enough. But whenever he was thinking, you know, at the Giants, they were like, "Oh, it's Pittsburgh guy. Whoa. I guess he is a Western Pennsylvania guy.
There you go.
And we can do that entire thing. But it's great to see him back in the assistant role, especially because Big Mike McCarthy's rolling around on the iPad. You know, is there anything no Big Mike speech the night before with the watermelons that we should think about? This feels like a layup for us. Honestly,
Yeah.
this feels like a layup here tonight.
I know that's what scares me. I feel like, especially with how the NFL has been going. But are you sure that maybe Big Mike filmed something that he's going to show the team during their normal team meeting on Saturday or on Wednesday night as for this game? Or what if he was live streaming? Wherever he was.
Oh, what if he was live streaming?
Smashing watermelons in his living room with his little kids cleaning up as he's just pounding them.
Just like this, Jerry has a 4K PTZ set up in his living room.
Yep.
He's in quarantine, by the way. He's not near his kids, obviously. Big Mike.
yeah, you're right.
He's in his own basement down there, and he's just rolling watermelons into the frame, and because of the technical glitches, they can't hear what he's saying, but they can see what he's doing.
That's right.
And another watermelon's getting it, and all the COVID is coming out through that sledgehammer, right through those watermelons. And then he actually hung up on the team. Was like, "Fuck, go get him."
Yeah. And like before, he has a montage video of like Braveheart and Gladiator, and he's narrating it. Yeah.
Then it cuts to Gallagher smashing watermelons.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Last of the Mohegans music playing in the background.
I'm the car and try to get me down.
Great soundtrack.
But just like William fucking Wallace.
Yeah.
Freedom! I can still. And then it goes to him, boom, busting a watermelon. Oh my God, Cowboys Productions is probably having a field day.
Get it done.
I assume they've already thought of all this.
Oh, yeah.
It's already been made.
In the can.
Cowboys by 50.
By 50. I like them minus 34.5 tonight.
Yeah,
That's what I'm taking.
It's starting to build each time. Oh man, that's kind of scary. We just need them 2.5.
Yeah, and they are missing a couple guys on defense too.
Who?
Davenport, who's the
Saints.
Quick question.
Yeah, Saints.
Dan Quinn, speaking of defense for the Cowboys, Dan Quinn coming down from the sky, likes to call his defense from the sky with a backwards hat, kind of intense. He's coming down the sideline because he's got to be the head coach. What do we think? Can we not have robot Mike McCarthy down there? Why do we got to get Dan Quinn out of the sky?
I don't know. I mean, I guess he could technically do it from up top, but he wants to have his presence down there in the sideline. I would assume Dan Quinn has somebody that he really trusts that will be up in the booth, being able to explain what the looks may be.
I'll tell you, the Cowboys defense when Dan Quinn wasn't there,
Not very good.
not good.
terrible.
Yeah, it didn't go well last year.
Yeah, they were terrible. They were bad. Actually, so much so that even real thoughts were starting to make it public. Like, I don't know how you guys want me to try on 60 plays. Like inside voices were making their ways outside, and there was these coaches don't even coach us anything. That was clearly about the defensive side, huh?
Oh yeah.
Those were the defensive players week 6 last season in Mike McCarthy's first season back as a head coach during the COVID era after having a team meeting set up in his basement during his off time with Tom Pelissero coming in. 6 weeks in, it was already being reported to the locker room and saying these coaches fucking stink.
Not good.
Well, and then the news conference came out where Mike Nolan got hot sauce in his eye and he was rubbing it the entire time and just looked like a doofus and kind of snowballed from there.
So that's not the Cowboys we want to see.
No.
They got Mike in now.
That team's gone. They flushed it. That team's not there anymore.
I don't know. People have been saying they're the same team they've always been. They kind of stink at whatever. They're losing games they're not supposed to lose. But tonight they got the whole squad back, and
If they lose tonight, they're gonna have some issues in Dallas. There's gonna be some upset people.
Well, Jerry's going to say, I told them to run the ball and throw the ball more, and they didn't do any of it.
What if Jerry's wearing a polo and a headset and he acts like he's coaching?
Dude, I was hoping so bad. I think I brought that up yesterday. Imagine if he's just following Kellen Moore.
He's got the challenge flag though. He's like, I don't trust anybody with this.
I will throw the fucking. Imagine him looking at Kellen after he calls it. But what did we just call?
Trying to press buttons. Can you imagine him trying to work the buttons?
What if he had the satchel on like BA? That fucking thing that BA's got. BA just wants to be able to clip into whatever. Everybody else has it here, right? Is that what everybody else has it at, I assume? BA's like, fuck it.
No, the best would be actually Jerry if he had a headset on, but it wasn't plugged into anything. He just I just want to look the part.
Oh, hey, they know the deal. Doesn't have to be, just has to appear to be. Look at him. I told these motherfuckers they needed the watermelons. Kellen Moore wouldn't fucking do it. I hope they show up tonight. That'd be great for everybody. Let's talk about some. Did you watch Hard Knocks last night? I fell asleep in the middle of it, but it was a big Kenny Moore, who's an incredible human. Big Kenny Moore show. Quentin Nelson, in the middle of the game that I was at, asked the same question and wondered about the same thing that all of us wondered about running the ball a little bit more, even though there might not have been success. And it did sound as if the NFL Films narrator was a little bit slighted, in Frank Reich's favor.
Oh, yeah. He said, this defense is number one rushing rushing defense, and because Carson Wentz has the hot hand, the Colts are throwing the ball.
And I love Frank Reich. I would like to let it be known. I love
Is
Frank.
that Liev Schreiber doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was like a narrative, like, hey, answering for
Who
why.
wrote that is the question.
Well, that's what we're getting to, because it was like a anti-run the ball narrative, but they had run the damn ball founder Quentin Nelson basically in there telling Frank, hey, let's run the ball. Then we had a touch. They had a touchdown, and late in the game, Quentin goes up and tells Frank, I told you, or whatever, like, let's do it. And then whenever we all start asking the question publicly, like, as the game's happening, and then immediately the next day, Frank has had to talk about this a lot on why he chose to do what he did. And by the way, Frank Reich's calling the plays. It's his team. We can all just adjust and react. And, hindsight's a beautiful thing for all of us that Frank doesn't have. But also, like, just because it wasn't working early doesn't mean it's not going to work late. I mean, we have... And I understand that Tampa has the number one rush defense in the NFL. We have the number one fucking rush offense in the NFL as well. So it's like, that was my interesting takeaway from Hard Knocks last night. Like, Kenny Moore, awesome guy, but then the voiceover was like, like, this is why they did what they did. And I'm like, well, I think Quentin Nelson's probably watching this going, hey, voiceover guy, fuck off. Did you see what we did whenever we ran the ball? He's literally the top rusher. Derrick Henry would be number 2 with 937, I believe. Then it's Joe Mixon, 924. Chubb at 867. Dalvin Cook, 773. Ezekiel Elliott, who's going to get fed tonight, says Jerry, if he has his headset on, 720. And Jonathan Taylor's ahead of everybody with 14 touchdowns, 1,205 rush yards. So I get it, incredibly voiceover guy, that Tampa Bay has the best rush defense in the NFL. And Carson is a hell of a quarterback, but he's a lot better quarterback whenever Jonathan Taylor's fucking rushing for a hundo and play actions wide open. And I feel like we all thought, including Quentin Nelson, we gave up on it a little early in there.
I mean, they might, of course. Anytime you lose a game and you didn't run a guy who's running better than anybody in the league, there's going to be questions. But I feel like Frank almost defended himself too much in like the next day presser. He went through all of these plays and gave you stats and numbers on how successful they were, and we averaged 7 yards per play when it was an RPO or something. Like, he was trying to justify his decision. I'm like, man, you're one of 32 NFL coaches. We don't know better.
He's bowing
really
down.
don't.
Yeah, it seemed like he was almost like, I don't want to say bowing down, but like giving.
Maybe trying to cut it away, stop it now, but hey, man, like, the season may look like this, so stop asking me these dumb questions. Maybe that's what he's doing.
Well, I think Frank also understands and respects the hell out of Jonathan Taylor, too. So, like, I think he wanted to nip it in the butt, like, quickly, like, hey, it is not because I have anything or Carson has anything with Jonathan Taylor. This is just what happened in the game. Maybe our plan adjusted a little bit during the game because we also have Carson Wentz, who's a guy, right? And there's
if they win that game, are we saying anything? If they won that,
bro, they're up 10 though. Like that's the thing. They're up 10 against a fucking team. That's a big time game for both teams, by the way. Tampa needed it. Colts needed to continue to go with how they dug the hole in there. So I think that is a decision that is going to be spotlighted, highlighted, especially if the Colts end up not making, right? Like if
that's going to be the game they point to. We could have think of what it could have done for our confidence, for momentum, for everything, our standings, and then we let that one slip away, and people are going to be like, that was the turning point.
So that's probably why Frank Reich felt the need to say, hey, let me go ahead and get it all out there on why we're doing this. But then the voiceover person doing it again, it was like, all right. Okay, I understand you're talking directly to us out here that are, and not just, and by us, I'm not talking about us doofuses. I'm talking about everybody that is a fan that's like, hey, we got a guy in Jonathan Taylor. We have the lead. Let's run this sumbitch out. Like, let's just go ahead and do that. I appreciate them answering it, but I do love that Quentin Nelson's like in the middle of the game. Like, what are we even? Just right behind me. Just right. If we don't. Now, Vita Vea's a stud. So is Quentin Nelson. Like, I didn't hear the voiceover guy say that. Like, oh, they got the number one rush defense. It's like, oh, we got maybe the best guard in the history of fucking football. Yeah. Is that being talking, by the way, in saying, let's run the ball? I just think there was a little bit of,
Well, if you're the Colts, you're allowing them to have unprecedented access during the season. I wouldn't want them to be trashing my head coach either. Like, I would, if I'm Jim Irsay, if I'm Frank Reich, I'd be like, yeah, you guys, we're giving you all this access and you're just going to kill me and paint this narrative. Like, I wouldn't want that either.
By the way, Jim Irsay, Frank might have been doing all that for Jim Irsay too. Because I bet you Jim Irsay was like, well, brother, I got Edge in the building. Mm-hmm. I got Reggie here. I got everybody here. We have a 10-point lead over Tom fucking Brady, and we don't run the ball at all. Hindsight. Jim knows, like, Jim is invested in football. Like, Jim is He is very invested in how the team is built. I think he's not like hands-on, I'm making every decision, but he is very invested in it. He's probably asking the same question. So Frank's like, all right, we got everybody in the world asking. And let's assume Jim also not exactly thrilled. Give me every stat we have. Give me the stats department on why we did what we did. If they win that game, nobody cares, by the way. Yeah. Nobody cares at all. That's everything. Now, if they lose next week and they won this game close, then maybe it would have been brought. He tried to do this last week. He tried to get the ball out of Jonathan Taylor's hands, which has happened throughout the season. And when he doesn't get fed, the Colts don't do well. That is just like a very real thing. He's back-to-back AFC Player of the Month, okay? This is a guy. So, voiceover guy, I know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the number one rush defense. But what I also know as of this morning, which I guess you didn't have the privy of, this is the first guy in the history of the fucking Colts to ever win Player of the Month twice in a season. He's done it in back-to-back months. Think about the Colts. Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Edgerrin James, the list goes, Dallas Clark, the list goes on for offensive weapons that could have potentially won this Player of the Month award twice in 1 year, let alone back-to-back. That's Jonathan. So I didn't hear that in the voiceover.
No, not at all. And it kind of makes sense what you guys were talking about. Like, Jim Irsay probably was saying that, and that's why he wasn't in the episode at all last night.
Yeah, I thought I was going to maybe have a little appearance in there because I wanted to say how.
Oh yeah, this is the one you were supposed. Did they show Robert in the whole ceremony?
Nothing.
None of it.
This didn't even make it in.
They did show a guy proposing.
Oh yeah. Gorman was hosting a proposal.
Yeah.
Did she say yes?
She did. Yeah.
She did. Shocked.
It was awesome. It was a cool moment.
Thank you.
Like on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, halfway through, Kenny Moore's mom's actually like, it says fucking, will you marry me? It says, will you marry me? Why can't you say
Hey, lady,
that?
that's beautiful. Let's get back to the game. I love Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore, his family, everything. Last night was if you're going to run for president, you would want like what last night did to explain that Kenny Moore is this guy who was not drafted, fifth year, superstar. And that's only one story of shit he's done in Indianapolis. He is a very, very, he's a gift to the city, Kenny Moore. And I'm happy that Hard Knocks kind of described that, but I didn't necessarily love
they had to pass the ball.
They did this because they're smarter than you. Yeah. It's like, all right, are they? I don't
HBO
know.
needs to market that better, first off.
Who do you think writes that for?
Does anyone? Am I not watching the right stuff? Like I never see any.
It's on too
promos
late.
for it.
It's on HBO at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it marketed anywhere.
Well, and I think like in the summer, when it's normally on 10 o'clock, not that late because the sun doesn't leave at 5 o'clock in most states.
Right.
10 o'clock at night with a Colts team. I guess Indianapolis is probably watching it, I assume, because it is awesome. It is
really good.
Really, really cool. It's like fly on the wall for
I just don't think anybody knows it's out there.
Well, yeah, but I think also 10 o'clock is very late. People are asleep. But
I mean, even to record it though, like I think a lot of people that are fans of the NFL would love to watch it, but I don't think they're aware that it's running.
Yeah, and his access to it as privy.
Yeah, I mean, they're promoting it almost like solely on HBO Max. I don't think it really has anything to do with like it being on the channel or any
you know
of
what
that
else?
stuff anymore.
You know what other show I love that is getting no promotion at all?
Baby Rock.
Well, that's coming back. They got a Christmas special coming up. Actually, I saw it. I actually prefer Dwanta Claus. He said.
That's
He was
that's a good one. Yeah.
It was awesome. But that show, Julian Edelman, Brandon Marshall.
Inside the NFL.
I only see it on his Instagram.
Yeah, you're right.
I only see it on his Instagram. And Brandon Marshall and Julian's Instagram is the only place I see it. I used to love that show. We got to be better watchers. It's not on them. It's on us, obviously. Joining us now is a man we watch on TV all the time. Ain't that right?
Hell yeah.
Always breaking news, huh? NFL.
Why?
Joining us now for his weekly wrap-up with Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being the Rap Sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, NFL.com and NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport.
What's up?
What's up, dude? Sweet fit, bro. What's that say on the shirt?
Cochon. It's a restaurant in New Orleans. They were kind enough to send me a T-shirt.
Brian Kelly.
Oh, you going down there? with Brian Kelly having a little gumbo. Is that spicy down there at Cochon? Is that a little bayou?
So there's Cochon, which is like a very nice, fancy restaurant, which is delicious, and then there's Cochon Butcher, which is like a lunch spot, which has sandwiches that will literally make you want to wrap your arms around them and hug them. I miss when the NFL used to have events in New Orleans, and they need to. I mean, Super Bowl is coming, but like we got to get back to that so I can start eating the Cajun food that I like.
I concur. I love New Orleans down there. It's like 9,000 degrees. Excited to see the shade that Brian Kelly gets on a regular basis when his team doesn't do what he wants them to do in the SEC, which is potentially going to happen. Shout out to Tommy Reese staying. I ain't fucking leaving, he said. I'm winning the national championship here. That's big news. Let's get to the NFL. What should we be looking at going into tonight? It feels like the Saints are out everybody on offense, and the Dallas Cowboys have everybody back. This is a landslide Cowboys night, right? Is that how we're all feeling?
I mean, the Saints are down a lot of players. I mean, like many starters, and it's weird because this should be a big story. Saints don't have Kamara, they don't have Taron Armstead, they don't have Ryan Ramczyk. So, best running back, top 2 tackles. They're starting Taysom Hill at quarterback, which is going to be very interesting, but also the 3rd quarterback they've started in a year. You'd think this would be a big story, but for the Saints, it feels like this is every week. The news is important, and I'm not saying it's not, but doesn't this feel like this has been their entire season? No one uses excuses, but that should be an excuse, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. It's been very tough whenever you run into injuries at key positions. Alvin Kamara being one of the most key positions just because of who he is. Him being out is huge, let alone Jameis and everything else that Michael Thomas they got going on. You're right. You're 100% right. Go ahead, AJ.
Ian, what do the Saints look like next year? What is the quarterback position going to be? What is Taysom Hill's status? I'm curious what direction Sean Payton and them are going to go.
Taysom Hill is going to be on the team. He's going to be making $10 million to be the quarterback, maybe the tight end, some the special teamer, some the running back, a little bit. He's going to make $10 million next year to do a lot of those things. I don't know if the quarterback for next year is on the roster. Jameis Winston will have a chance to come back, but he's coming off major surgery. It wasn't just an ACL; it was an ACL plus, and he played well this year. But I wouldn't say locked in the starting job for the rest of his life. And as you guys probably know, this is going to be a potentially wild offseason when it comes to veteran quarterbacks. Your good friend Aaron Rodgers, potentially. Russell Wilson, maybe. Deshaun Watson, probably. So I would think the Saints would be in the mix there just because Sean Payton doesn't feel like a rebuilder. He feels more like kind of like what Bill Belichick did, which is we're just going to do this really fast and figure it out.
Hey, how's it going? I need $170 million here real quick. Right now. Yeah. But I don't know if they have the cap space. Is this year the year where they had to eat the cap space or for next year for them to be reset? Because I remember they had to cut 9 people before the season.
I mean, that's every year, and then they're going to do it again next year. I think they have to cut $70 million for next year, I think.
I love them. I love them. Fuck it. Take it all. We'll give everybody all the money.
They don't care.
Yeah,
they don't.
As they shouldn't.
They will figure it out. They will push it into the future, and then they will keep pushing it. And the salary cap's going to go higher and higher. And I assume at some point,
what happened?
Will come back to haunt them. But my wife won her tennis match.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, maybe treat her some cochon there.
Hey, Ian, quick, before you go to the next thing, Pat, when Dick Pound tells you that Chinese tennis player is doing all right, do you tend to believe him?
No.
Okay.
No. Did you just say that so you could say Dick Pound or?
No. I'm curious because they said she's fine.
Toxic.
Air quotes. She's fine. You mentioned tennis, therefore that's been in the headlines. Right. I'm worried for this young gal.
No. I would say I would like to. I don't know if Pat's okay. Obviously, he is not.
He's the most toxic fuck around.
Following up. He mentions tennis and following up.
This is the well-being. This is the well-being of a professional tennis player.
I agree. Yeah. No, I agree.
Also,
I'm not laughing about that. Listen, I'm on that side completely. Okay, what I'm saying is AJ Hawk had that on his list of shit he's going to force into today's show. So whenever you talked about your wife's tennis match, he was like, "Oh my God, Ian Rappaport did it for me." Bang, here we go. I hope everybody remains safe in all situations, including that one, which seems to be absolutely devastating. AJ, you are the worst. Mm-hmm. Okay, you are the worst, but we appreciate you every single day.
Who's going to win tonight, Ian? Who do you think?
There, boy. Hey, good sports talk.
Not Dick Pound, I would say. For
just tonight, no S on the end, though.
Right. Obviously. All right, Pat's out of this thing. For tonight, we talked about the Saints. It feels a little bit like a must-win for the Cowboys. If the Cowboys are going to be what I think they are and what we all kind of thought they would be, you got to win games like tonight. I mean, you got to bounce back. They're getting Amari back. I'm really curious to see what he looks like because he hadn't been able to practice in 10 days, and it doesn't seem like – seems like COVID hit him pretty hard, and I don't – the guys who've been out with COVID haven't come back for obvious reasons, haven't come back in great shape. So I don't know how much you're going to get from him, but everyone else seems like they're playing. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be back tonight. The Cowboys would need to win this one.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah,
Dick Pound.
First, AJ's just a clown.
It's a big Dick Pound show.
It's
a
yeah.
big
You guys
Dick
don't
Pound.
care about humans. That's fine.
No, we do. We do. We're
You're
just not.
shoehorning it in. We were going to actually talk about it, and you're just, Dick Pound. Oh, let me get my joke in.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Fucking
Sorry about
I mean,
that.
it seems ridiculous for someone to be named that name. Like, nobody was like, hang on, should we go with something else? Like, I don't.
Now's not the time.
Now's not the time.
Now's not
It
the
was
time.
Richard.
Richard Kilogram.
It is his.
I mean, the amount of names that are pretty terrible out there. There's plenty of them. Dick Pound, though, I guess he's probably calloused. I assume.
Yeah.
Won a gold medal, I think.
Dick Pound.
Yeah, Olympic great.
Well, that's the thing. He's
In
calloused.
what sport?
Are we sure it's not like a different
Shot
situation?
put or some shit
Dick
like that.
Pound
Yeah.
through the rock.
I think so,
He's
yeah.
a big body then. Shot
Jeez,
put.
Dick Pound. Anyways,
Are we sure?
hope you got what you wanted, AJ. Go ahead, let's go. I hope everybody's okay. Please, everybody, return everybody safely, please.
Is it actually
on,
pronounced
Henry.
Dick?
Stop
He
the
was
round the show.
He was a
Is it like
swimming
a-
semifinal.
Swimming semifinal.
okay.
Dick Pound
Or
was
finalist,
elusive
sorry.
in water. Go ahead, please.
Okay, it's not Deke though. We're sure it's like a
Dick's.
It's
Gina
Rich-
Gina
Richard
situation?
Pound.
Richard W. Pound.
I really did not know.
What's the W stand for?
We would like everybody to know that this particular program is on the side of everybody returning home safely.
Yes,
That's right.
T's and P's. to
Richard
anybody.
William Duncan Pound.
Okay,
There
so
it is.
Donkey Pond. All right.
Dick,
Dunk.
Dick Willie Pound
Dick Dunk Pound. That's awesome.
is this guy's name.
Dick Willie Duncan Pond. We hope everybody's
That's
telling
amazing.
the truth. We hope everybody's
What's his
okay.
dad's name?
Well, that's senior. That's senior. This is the junior Dick.
Makes sense.
Go
T's
ahead,
and
please.
P's.
Yeah,
sorry.
T's and P's, everybody, please.
Rap sheet, J.J.
Golly,
Watt, you know,
dude.
he had all those injuries. All of a sudden, he's doing conditioning. All of a sudden, he's tweeting out, only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. Is he going to play at the end of the season and come back for a little playoff run for the Cardinals?
He quoted Albert Einstein there that he did not make up that quote.
That's, yes, sorry.
No, but nobody does Twitter like J.J. Watt does Twitter. I mean, he is the GOAT as far as personal motivation and quotes. It is crazy because he had all of the things wrong with his shoulder. I mean, it wasn't just labrum. It was labrum. It was rotator. It was a lot of things, and it is possible that he comes back before the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously, it's the longest season ever. It still feels like the season's been 35 weeks old already. But there is a realistic chance that he comes back before the Super Bowl or maybe before the title game. And again, for any other player, this would be ridiculous, but Watt has literally done this before.
Superhuman.
He did it with the Texans, where he came back when no one thought he had a chance from
He's J.J. Watt.
From a bad shoulder injury. So, I think there's a chance we see him if they keep winning.
You just said it feels like it's been 30. That's great to hear, by the way, about J.J. Watt. And nothing will surprise us with J.J. Watt. He was sitting in a frozen lake is awesome.
That's right.
With T.J. Watt. I mean, J.J. will get it done.
In that rustic cabin of his.
Well, yeah, he lives in a lot.
16,000 square feet.
What's that all about? What's that about? Ian, do you hate your job, Ian? Because you said it feels like it's been 35 weeks. We were just talking earlier. Can't believe it's already week 13.
I know.
Time flies when you're having fun. You went the complete opposite way. We did not expect that.
No.
Now you're saying J.J. Watt lying about his log cabin in the middle of the woods.
Whoa.
No, he's not lying. He has one. It's just not exactly rustic. It's huge. It's like a mansion. It's like a cabin mansion.
It is a beautiful house. It's a beautiful house.
I think he did a nice job. I assume he did his own decorating. No, it does feel like a long season.
So cool.
Might be rusty.
Sorry about
It does feel like a long season. I think the season's been awesome, mostly because the football has been great. Like every primetime game, Sundays always kind of feel the same because there's so much going on. Feels like every primetime game has been awesome. So the season's been fun. It's just been long, and I can only imagine how long it's going to feel in mid-February, but then it'll be the Super Bowl and we'll be in LA, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, and then we have to deal with the off-season where it's just a bunch of lies by you guys about what's potentially happening behind the scenes. Let's enjoy this.
No comment.
All right, let's have no comment. Go ahead, Tom.
Ian, let's do the weekly quarterback go-around. Is Dimes, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, or Teddy going to play?
Okay, Dimes probably not.
Okay.
Neck strain, which is nothing to mess around with. Actually got it on the second play of the game. It's crazy that he played through it. Didn't play well, but that sort of would probably make sense why. It seems like Mike Glennon is going to be back in the starting saddle for the Giants.
Skycam, let's go.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's approved it, but it's a good one for him. He
does not
sees
sound
everything,
like his
dude. The eye in
player
the sky don't lie. He's got 2 of them.
Yep.
He's got 2 of them. He's a really cool guy. I met him down at NC State game. He's
right.
having a beer. Why? How you doing? He said. He could keep it moving. Very nice guy. We love Sky Cam. Good for him.
Seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
So he's probably playing for the Giants. Jalen Hurts seems like he's going to play, mostly because Jalen Hurts said yesterday, "I'm playing." That's a pretty good source. So I think he's going to be okay on the ankle. Teddy Bridgewater was kind of banged up, but returned after a little bit and is playing probably exceeding expectations. I think everyone's waiting for the Broncos to lose, and they just haven't really lost as much as nearly anyone thinks. So I think Bridgewater will probably play. And then what was the other one?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, I honestly don't know. I thought it was a 2-week injury, which means he was going to miss Thursday, and then he was supposed to miss this week. But he's back on a limited basis. Dalton's taking the first team snaps. That makes me think it's Dalton. But I will hold out and see how Fields makes it through the week of practice.
Couple quick follow-ups. One about an injury you did not address there because it was not asked about. Another about the Bears. Let's say Andy Dalton wins and Nagy is no longer on the hot seat every single week. What happens then, you think?
I think Fields gets it.
Oh, then Nagy's back on the hot seat again, right?
He's on the hot seat if Fields doesn't play.
By the ownership is what people are saying, right? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, is that right? Is there any accuracy to that?
No, I don't think that's right. But I do think everyone in the organization, except for maybe Andy Dalton, wants Justin Fields to play. Like, I know this season's important, and obviously Matt Nagy's job status is important. But there's like nothing more important for an organization than getting a rookie quarterback ready and developing and doing all the things that you need to do. And him playing is part of that. So I think when he's healthy, he's going to play. And, they really felt like he was turning the corner, and then he kind of got injured. So you hope he plays and plays well and maybe plays better than, let's say, an Andy Dalton would have played.
So they're saying we'll rather take his lumps now, and we'll deal with either potential losses or decisions made from not knowing what's going on yet, as opposed to extending this another year and a year and not fully knowing what's going on. Let's get this all out of the way now so we can go forward maybe with the new coach. Okay, cool. Great piece of information. We appreciate that. How about another injury that happened this week, actually came to fruition? Kyle Long still on the Chiefs. Surprised, Ian? Surprised? Do you know football, Ian? Or
it got activated. It's pretty big news right there. How about that?
He's on the team, Ian. That's crazy, right? I mean, that's insane, especially for
he made the team. And look, congrats to Kyle Long for making the team. I would say he's done a great job. I would like to see the big guy play. I've always been a huge Kyle Long fan, as you know. Certainly one of my favorite players. And I wish him nothing but the best. Hopefully he makes it on the field this weekend for the Chiefs.
Okay, so is there a chance he makes it on the field this week, yeah?
I think there is a chance, yeah.
Wow.
And there's some opportunity there. I mean, the offensive line's been good. And I think he's got there's a little window there where I think he can step in and play. It'll be interesting. I'll be rooting for him because I like him so much.
That's a far cry from what you said at the beginning of this whole thing.
Really
Interesting. Kyle Long, I guess he made the team.
He'd have to make the
He's in the
53.
NFL.
That's
He's not
crazy.
going to the USFL like you were offered, Pat, I guess. That's what you said whenever we found out about his injury.
He is not going to be a kicker in the USFL.
He could be, though. That's who they should be asking potentially, not me. Go ahead, Ty.
Rep sheet, what is the injury status of Matt Stafford? It seems like nothing was really wrong with him while they were winning, and now that the Rams are starting to poop the bed a little bit, everyone's saying that he's playing through a bunch of stuff. We all know how tough he is, but is there actually something like long-term serious that's going on with Matt Stafford?
Yeah, that's a great point. I kind of wondered the same thing on Sunday. There was a report about all the different things he's battling, and I am sure that he is battling things. I know he's a little banged up, but what the injuries that he has have not been enough to, one, put him on the injury report. Two, he hasn't missed any snaps in practice. If you have an injury that causes you to alter anything you do in practice, any snap, allocation or anything, you have to be on the injury report. His practice status has been normal. So whatever he's playing through, it has basically been not enough to alter any practice reps. I think he is fine. I think he also, probably needs to play better, as did the entire offense.
Okay.
Well,
You say
they'd like to
stinks.
win some. No, they'd like to win some games. That would be helpful to them.
That would be.
And finding Odell on the deep ball, I think was a very good sign. Even though they lost, was a very good sign last week. Still,
How's the
it's-
Stafford game's never over.
Come on, is Odell's back going to be a thing moving forward?
I don't think so. I expect him to play this Sunday. Again, he's a little banged up, but Odell is extremely tough. Like for him to play through that really, really bad shoulder separation that he did in Cleveland, I think about a month ago, like he is a tough dude. I think he is going to play, and I think he's going to be fine.
Never gets talked about with Odell Beckham Jr., by the way. Nope. Tough guy. That never gets talked about because he is a Ferrari. So whenever, a hamstring goes or something like that, it's always judged differently. But him playing through a shoulder separation, having to catch balls one-handed, not being able to fully think, maybe some drops came from that as well. Hope that continues to grow for McVay, Stafford, Rams, that whole entire team because they've been going all in. Last question from me. I know AJ might have one, and we can't thank you enough for joining us, obviously, Ian Rappaport. Big time Insider Day. Had Sham Charania in the NBA in the last hour.
I saw that.
Hey, it was pretty cool. A big Insider Day. Maybe the Jet Passing joined us.
Oh, jet plane.
Oh, because baseball quit. Remember, baseball just stopped being a business.
Yeah, they're done.
Oh, no, that's
I
crazy.
know all the team websites have taken off all the information from their team reporters as if they just never exist. There's always the lockout is always very weird and yes.
Yeah, it's always great when the commissioner comes out and says, we were forced to shut down the business by the players that we are keeping from coming work, that we signed contracts to, that we're not paying money to now. That is, of course we were forced to do this. But if Jet joins us, that'll be awesome. He's very busy because this is a big day in baseball because big days in baseball are when terrible things happen in baseball.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Now let's talk about Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania a little bit. The pads were popping the other day, I guess, after a lot of reports of some potential dissension in the team and the ranks. What are you hearing out of Pittsburgh? Obviously, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do this again because I have a lot of respect for anybody that has a job in the world covering the NFL press conferences. Do it. The monotony, the pressure. Do it. Aditi threw us into a buzzsaw. Okay, yeah. Aditi's tweet that was misquoted. I don't know if she had. I'm not 100% sure. Where she said that Mike Tomlin said that the guys who used to be for the Steelers understand the standard better than the people that are in the room now was her tweet, which wasn't the quote. I guess that was inevitably in the end. Through us, obviously, we overreact. We go banana land. Our show significantly large in Pittsburgh, so a lot of eyes obviously get put on it. And then I get text messages telling me that I'm stoking a fire that isn't even a fucking real thing. What's going on? How are things in Pittsburgh right now with Chase and Minka, Cam Hayward, Tomlin, allegedly the lock? What is going on in Pittsburgh from your sources, Ian Rappaport?
I did see that tweet mishap from Aditi. I saw her apologize. I thought it was very
I didn't see it. Did she?
She did.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Aditi. And by the way, we have to do better research as well. So we have a lot of respect for Aditi, but we should have looked into that as well. That's on us. I'm happy we've all kind of.
Yes, but not to defend you at all because I'm definitely not trying to. But I feel like all of us rely on Twitter for press conferences. We can't watch 1,000 press conferences. Anyway, it doesn't matter. These are the Steelers over the last 10 years. They respond in times like this, right? This is the best thing about Mike Tomlin is when everyone's like, Steelers are done, Roethlisberger's done, they're going to be terrible, it's falling apart. This is when they respond. So, I would expect a legit response this week. If we don't get it, that would be, first of all, very un-Steelers-like, too. That would be surprising, So, I would think it sounds like practice were a little intense. I think Tomlin was hilarious talking about Chase Claypool. He's a receiver. He will do that. I will coach the team. I'm very pleased with the division of labor. But that was a great line. Tomlin's the best. But there's a lot of reasons why Tomlin's one of the best coaches in the NFL. And for literally these moments, I expect them to be very good on Sunday because this is when he makes it a little hard on the guys, makes it tough, brings everyone together, and has a really good performance. So yeah, it got pretty ugly in Pittsburgh. I sounded like it was really tense, but I expect them to come out stronger for it.
Oh, you got ideas on practice, huh? Whistle.
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to do things differently, Minka, huh? That would be awesome with the team meeting and everything that's probably taking place. You're right. I think that is kind of how.
I'm sure it's quite probably not funny for the players, but I'm sure for the coaches.
No, they laugh at it afterwards too. They tell the story probably. Go ahead, AJ. Sorry about that.
Ian, talking a former Steeler, now Tampa Bay Buck, Antonio Brown. When are we going to see him back in the lineup? He's been out with an ankle injury for weeks now.
He's in a cryo.
Ankle injury, heel injury. It's going to be a minute. Not going to play this week. Probably doesn't play next week. And I would say
it's a long time.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
You guys lied to us. You insiders lied to us. I thought he was back 2 weeks ago.
Whoa. Why did they put him on IR? The 3-week IR.
They should have put him on IR. But what was weird was the coaches. It sounded like the coaches there were he's going to be fine. I think AB was telling people I'm fine, which sounds great, but obviously it's not a great way to handle your own injury when you're not fine. And, then they kind of went back to their initial notes and like, you know what, this actually should be a 4 to 6. Some of the trainers were talking about it should be a 4 to 6 week injury, but even still, we're way past that. So they've gone to a couple of different levels of diagnosis. It sounds like, in the words of Bruce Arians, they weren't completely spot on when they first diagnosed it. So now he's probably missing the next couple of weeks. I mean, I think he'll be back, late December and into the playoffs, but I'm no doubt a very frustrating year for Antonio Brown and for the Bucks.
Yeah, but if Antonio Brown gets back, he'll be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It'll be just like in time. Now, hopefully he does, obviously, for on-field purposes. He is electrifying to watch. And I assume, much like Russell Wilson, he treats his body so well and works so hard. He thought he was a Wolverine. Maybe in this particular aspect, his Achilles heel was his actual heel.
Oh.
Any other injury, he probably comes back a lot sooner. Yeah, I'm a journalist, Ian, all right? Don't worry about it. I don't need a Coach Sean, but maybe one day I will. Thank you so much for joining.
You do need a Coach Sean.
Everybody needs a Coach Sean from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Hey, so when she comes back from this big tennis victory, what do you guys do? You celebrate, have a cake, have a celebration? You sing, we dance? What
you ever play doubles?
We do play doubles. She is.
No surprise.
I play
way better than you.
No surprise. We know you stink as an athlete.
Focus on golf. That's kind of my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she is better than me. If
we know.
Play, yes.
Yeah, we know. Yeah. You got to check the watch, dude, right? Don't you know what you got to do in tennis? You got to check the watch.
I mean, I know you're joking about but I actually do wear an Apple Watch, so I don't have to run off the court whenever my phone buzzes during matches. She really appreciates that.
Oh, shit, man.
Hold on.
We got.
Hold on. Let me check this. Yeah.
Check that heart rate.
Do you have two forehands? That's what I do when I play tennis. Just two forehands. Bang.
That is very weird.
I beat you.
That doesn't surprise me, but that is very weird.
No, Ian. I've only played 2-3 times. I mean, there was a big summer where you guys all back in Plum and Pittsburgh got into tennis. It became an actual thing.
Yeah.
No, Dick,
it was a good time.
Nah, I was doing cool things.
And then you won and bragged about it, even though you were a professional athlete. We were just some stooges.
Bro, I shut down their tennis love. They were having they were going and having these tournaments on the weekend and everything like that. I came back they were 5-6 weeks into this thing.
You killed it.
We get incredibly intoxicated, and then I just win the tournament the next day. Just 2-4. Never played. Just like the first time playing since high school, and I was pretty pumped. I was pretty excited, and I left, and there was not very nice things said about me, and I no longer heard about the tennis games happening back at home.
Yeah, it was over.
And that was it? And you have not played since?
No. I assume it's still there. It's just big ping pong. Just big ping pong.
Like riding a bike.
It really is. That's all it is. I feel good about it. Not as good as I feel.
I do beat my wife in ping pong.
Okay. Do you have an Oculus?
What's an Oculus?
Oh, my God. All right, we'll talk to you next week. Ladies
80?
and gentlemen, insider for the NFL and NFL.com, Ian Rappaport. Thank you, buddy. He's the best, dude. He is the absolute best.
Yeah, good guy.
AJ, you ever play tennis? You guys probably, that's like the society you hang out with, tennis, right?
No, I mean, I can play tennis. I haven't done it in I don't know how long.
Oh, yeah, you have good side mobility. Remember, we've seen that.
Yeah, that's right.
We've seen
I thought he had a tennis court in his basement.
No. Basketball court.
Oh, okay.
Back in.
No, I don't have that either, but I do like Diggs said, no, I did cool things.
Hey, the tennis one was real. You guys were really into that thing.
Tennis is fun.
Tennis is fun.
Tennis
It is fun.
stinks.
No, it's
It's
fun.
tiring.
It's fun.
Tennis blows.
It's real.
It was a great time. Diggs played too. He just stunk at it. That's why.
Not
Diggs
true.
did
I didn't
cool
even know
things
Nick
after he did
until
miserable things like tennis.
much later in life.
I bet Diggs is good at tennis, honestly. How he hits dingers playing in softball.
Diggs would have been. Which Diggs are we talking about? Which Diggs are we talking about?
What do you mean? Are there multiple?
Like high school Diggs, okay, probably great at tennis. D1 athlete Diggs, probably great at tennis. Now we're COVID cowboy Diggs. We break our feet running 5-6 yards.
Parkour.
He is a comfortable life at this stage. He is a cowboy picking winners. We don't need you playing tennis or anything like that.
When Leinart said yesterday, I have to remind myself that I once played football. That hit home.
Yeah. You look at old pictures, maybe pull up some old film. Hey, Coach, can you send me Friday night against Kiski? Week 4, junior year.
Good week.
We're back in 4 minutes with some phone calls, wrapping up this beautiful hour of sports conversation. Thank you to Ian Rappaport for joining us. I assume he's breaking news right now. Let's keep eyes on there. We'll see you in 4. First hour. We talk sports and rock. Yeah. with AJ Hawk. This is not a mock of a song that's rock. Sports talk and rock with AJ Hawk. Rock. And AJ Sports and talking on the rock. Come on. Go on home with AJ Hawk. It's rock. Sports talk. Welcome back. Whenever you're working on golf, do you still have the same routine that you had whenever you were younger now, or is it much different? And how often do you just go down there and just hit Phil Mickelson flop shots all day? But anytime you turn one sideways and you flatten it, you're like, oh, watch this. I'm going to do like Phil Mickelson does. And then you just go out there. Normally you either blade it, hit it straight up in the air to the right, or you somehow get lucky and it goes and everybody's like, oh my God.
Incredible shot.
Phil Mickelson. That's what that is kind of become, and I remember you hit the one over your head that one time. That was a mind blower from me. Is the short game something you've always just been good at, or are you good at it because that's all you work like so much on it at all times?
When I was a kid, my dad had a little chipping area in our backyard and putting green, and so I would just go out there and hit balls because I couldn't really go to the golf course, and all I did was shots inside 30 yards. And it got very monotonous to hit the same shot over and over, so I'd go behind the avocado tree. I'd go back around the other trees and bushes and rough and so forth. And so I would get creative as a kid hitting those shots. And you kind of learn a couple of things. But what I would say, Pat, is that there's really only one way to chip effectively, because you're coming in with no coverage on the ball. You're coming in with so much loft that the leading edge is coming in first. So you have to have your weight forward. That's it. You have to have your weight forward and drive the club down into the ground. And most people, when they do that, their hands either come back or their weight comes back and the leading edge comes up and blades it. Now, you can kind of flip your hands a little bit if you have a good lie. Like if the ball's sitting in the first cut or it's sitting up, but that technique will not work all the time. And so that's why I prefer and believe that the technique where you have your weight forward, your hands forward, and you drive the club down to the ground will be consistent every time. So lay that club flat, move that ball off your left toe, get that ball off your front left, there you go, and open that face flat and just drive the club down into the ground. The ball will pop up like a gem.
I think I'm a scratch golfer.
Let's go!
I think it makes sense, by the way, that your childhood was spent within 30 yards of a green. My childhood was spent kicking a soccer ball off the side of a house. Worked out for me. It's worked out for you much better.
Roger Goodell gave me a big hug beforehand, too, so that's good news there. Thank you so much. Shane, you drinking? Yeah. Cheers to you, man. That was a good one. That was good. That was good. Oh, that was I feel like it went pretty good.
Hey, Dahn, go ahead. It's boot season, and today our show is brought to you by Thursday Boots.
Oh, hell yeah!
Thursday Boots. Thursday Boots tagline is highest quality, honest prices. Because they use some of the best materials like full grain leather and gold standard Goodyear weld construction. Just like the legacy brands that charge $400 plus are similar.
Breathe, Tony, breathe.
But at prices starting just at $149.
Purple.
The welt construction was two different lines, so you know. Thursday boots are perfect for people who understand quality and don't want to pay a high retail markup for great-looking pair of boots that are built to last. Go to ThursdayBoots.com/Pat for free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges. So if you don't like the fit out of the box, you can just send them right back and get a new pair.
Wow.
I don't think that's going to happen, though. That's ThursdayBoots.com/Pat.
Yeah, because you're going to like it, you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to happen with Thursday Boots. And shout out to Thursday Boots on this particular Thursday and everything they got going on. They're good. They got really good, high quality stuff. And I gave Diggs that read a second and a half before he had to read it. He did not know that sentence was as long as it was.
No, he didn't.
That happens to me every once in a while. I'll get stuck in the middle of a sentence with no way out, and boy, the oxygen seems to run out before the idea does. But I appreciate you doing that for Thursday Boots. Welcome back to the show. AJ Hawk, how you feeling, pal?
Good. You just setting up your little golf trick?
Well, I don't know, because...
Wait, what kind of club is that?
That's just a regular 8-iron.
You know. It's
I
a
mean,
4-iron.
that thing is a damn flat mallet.
No, it's not. That's
Is
a
that a
4-iron.
medieval tool that
No, it's a 4-iron.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry. All right, hold it up then. Let me see that sucker.
So this is actually the Unduffable. If you do recall, I bought this thing on 2, 3 a.m. on Golf Channel when they said, you'll never duff again, the Unduffable. Turns out, guess what? You can't.
No.
You can duff with this thing. You get something that's the size of a hybrid. You can duff it. But it is fantastic. It's got good bounce. You know, it's got, oh shit. It's got good bounce for this thing here. You know what I mean?
What's it for? Is it like a sand wedge?
Anything close to the green. It's like a 60. Yeah. I think it's like 60.
Little rescue club.
Yeah.
I used it one time on a course. I duffed it 4 times, and I said, that one's going to the studio. That one's never seen a course again.
Is that the one you got to just use the same stroke as a putter?
No, that's the chipper. I've got a little
that little thing that you use in the fringe area?
Yeah. If I ever get into pro golf, which is probably going to happen after this whole thing, that one's going to be one of the spots in my bag.
Yeah. They say use the 9.
They're illegal, though.
What?
I think those little chipper deals are illegal.
Bullshit.
It's all right. You won't ever get close enough.
I will, dude. Wait until you hear what we're up to. And then,
I mean, I don't care. You could put 9 golf simulators in the Coliseum. It's not going to make you a pro golfer.
It's not a Coliseum, by the way. It's a fucking igloo.
It's
all
called
right?
the igloo, you
asswipe.
We've already talked about it.
Wake up.
You guys all at the same time.
Yeah, well, it's a branding thing, you know?
How many times do we have to
I
tell
tell you
you
what,
the
it
same
is
thing?
mesmerizing just watching you do this.
It's
on the
crazy.
It really
How about
is.
you get some air under that thing? That's nothing. You have like 3 inches of height.
I mean,
You piece of shit.
How dare you?
How about you have some awareness of
How
all
about you
that
shut
garbage?
up?
That's
all you gotta do, man.
I mean, Connor got a little mad at you. I did go on quite a run there. That's good radio. I don't know if you heard it in the background. That was not a clock. That was not a clock. No, that was a juggling of a golf ball. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's go to a phone call or two, shall we, AJ, on this news-heavy Thursday. Thursday Night Football Super Boost. Our heater horse has arrived. Anthony in Texas. Paisan down there in the Lone Star. How you doing?
More stars alive.
I'm good, Pat and boys. How y'all doing?
Hey, fantastic. Keep it moving, dude. What do you want to talk about, bub?
Yeah, I'm a big Colts fan, and we've lost a couple of tough ones being up big. So what is something that the Colts need to do for next year to be Super Bowl contenders?
What about
Anthony,
this year?
whoa. We're not on Super Bowl yet. Run the ball, though, is the answer.
Yeah.
It's run the ball. Jonathan Taylor, last year he was in a split backfield. This year they gave him the ball more often. We saw bursts of it last year. We saw the full thing this year. So much so that a very talented guy like Marlon Mack understood, I'm probably going to get traded and not get the ball, even though he doesn't see the ball much at all because how good Jonathan Taylor is. I think that's what they'll view him. But we can still go get Super Bowl, AJ.
Yeah, why is he, if he's a Colts fan, why is he writing this year off? We're nowhere near next season. Don't worry about that.
He's probably a Patriots fan. If you hear the way the Patriots talk about the Colts, especially Bill Burr and then the goddamn man in the arena, I mean, he's probably just trying to stir up a little drama in the Colts fandom. Don't worry about it. We're back. Okay, Frank Reich explained his decisions. Everybody understands it. I've seen Hard Knocks. Kenny Moore's a good guy. We're going to be okay. We're going to be just fine. And Darius Leonard with that punch, they zoomed in on his punch out more. And I guess one of them, he punched the guy's helmet, chest plate, arm, and ball, and it did not matter. It did not,
the Jets.
He's got fucking heavy hands. It's not just that they're incredibly accurate and fast. He's got heavy hands. It's the perfect, it's like the peanut punch or whatever.
So accurate. He's so accurate, and his arms are so long, too. So that's why he can hit 9 body parts and still get to the ball.
And people have to remember, and I'm sure there's going to be kids that are going to do this, because kids do everything they see on TV. If he wasn't so good at it, everybody would be like, make the tackle first before you get the ball. But he's like, no, I'll get the tackle and the ball, actually.
Yeah.
He's actually backing up from people and give me that. Hour 3 on the other side of this break.
Running slower. We'll get to it.
No, I didn't hear what you said, though. We had a break. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault.
Well,
I didn't realize we had the hard out right there.
It's AJ's.
No, but I mean, we were juggling a golf ball there. We did the hard out thing. I mean, bad radio. I'm terrible radio. So I know.
I don't know if I never know if you're actually going to a break or you're not going to break.
I honestly forget about the radio a lot of the time.
Well, me too, especially whenever you get 50 into one of these things. What were you going to say, though?
I think because so many DBs and linebackers are doing that, they're like almost doing like step back punch outs. I think running backs are running that you have to be a little more cautious at times because like this guy's I can't just go in here like no matter what, if anybody's around me, I got to cover this thing up and they still may punch it out.
Even when guys are like stumbling or falling, you'll see guys like stay off them, like don't purposefully not touch them. And as soon as they stand up, they try to punch it out. This is what happens in practice, by the way. I assume at every NFL team, but when guys have the ball, somebody on the defense can strip them at any point. If it's in between plays, if they're jogging back to the huddle, they can get somebody to come punch out behind them, and it's point system. That's how it was, at least with the Colts, because they were trying to generate a more attention to detail on the ball is the program. The ball. So even in between practice or reps, like if T.Y. would catch it, and they blow the play dead, and he's jogging back to the huddle or whatever, he has the ball, there is somebody that is potentially coming up and trying to sneak and punch that out until the ball is thrown back to the equipment manager. I got a rookie one time, and I felt so good, and then everybody's like, what if that guy gets fucking cut? Because I was like, you're right. And I was on a sideline. He had no idea I was coming. He was running down the sideline like at the end of a play. They blew it dead. He wanted to finish in the end zone. Great work ethic, by the way. Great work ethic. But I literally was just standing there, and I saw it. I'm like, give me that. And it came out, and obviously a full reaction. Oh! Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's dead. And then he didn't make the team, but he did stick around for a few more weeks. He dug his own grave. It wasn't just me. Okay. But I did participate in that one time. And I assume that happens everywhere, though, right?
Oh, yeah. It's like, well, the old classic movie, The Program. Omar Epps is carrying the ball around, and because he has fumbling issues, he's carrying it to class, and guys are trying to knock it out, and you see him diving over bodies to pick it up in a classroom.
I mean, that happens in life right now, too. Like, if there's a ball skirt is job skirt, boom, let me get that. Like, a little kid will walk up. I'll see a little kid somewhere who want a ball signed or whatever. I will start hitting that thing. Like, as they're coming up, they're, like, scared to, like, try to battle out ball skirt is job skirt, ball skirt is job skirt. And every kid, though, like, tightens it up.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome to see. And now that is becoming a full strategy. And Peanut was way ahead of his time, right? Peanut punch was a real thing. I think Darius is going to carry that into another. I think he's going to evolve that thing into a whole nother animal because it feels like he's built for it. His fists are tough enough to eat a face mask because some guys' hands can't. You know what I mean? Like that is something that's awesome.
He's he's forced 5 fumbles already this year.
What did he do?
He said Diggs sounds like you can, but yeah, he has forced a lot of fumbles.
He's also not afraid to like get got. Like I remember, I forget there was a soundbite when they were playing the Titans, and the clip went out like Derrick Henry runs over Darius Leonard or whatever. But really, they played the soundbite from Darius. He was like, "I don't care if I get run over. Like I'm going for the ball." And it's him like doing the backup and punching the ball. But Derrick Henry's a freak, so he didn't get the fumble.
But at some point. Darius will get one out.
Yeah, he'll get
Darius
one.
Will get one out from him. Change the game completely. In the Hard Knocks last night, they talked about he had one this weekend, and then he went to do his celebrate. This my shit, by the way, is awesome.
Yeah.
If that's what he yells every single time, it is amazing. He was flexing though, and Tom went to get in his face. There was like an actual, because we've seen Tom do this before, by the way. Tyrann Mathieu in the Super Bowl is the most recent event of this happening, but Tom is a guy, and Vrabel even alluded to it in the Man in the Arena, like, hey, this picture-perfect guy you guys got ain't real. Like, he can take some shit or whatever, because there's a lot of clips of them talking back and forth. Darius Leonard just like walked right past him and then came back to the huddle and said, or came back to the sideline and was like, Tom got my face. He was like right there, and I was like, I'm not going to say anything. That's Tom. That's Tom. Yeah. Like, it was really cool to like see like in the reaction Kenny Moore had with his family about Tom Brady, like that's like I just like Darius Leonard a lot. I like the way he operates. I think I enjoy him a lot. The Colts team's filled with a bunch of guys like that you pull for.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's the leader over there. It's fun to watch. He's not scared to miss a tackle. He's not scared to get run over, and it's a whole new technique that's going on around the league. That whole straight punch out when they're running straight at you. A lot of times, guys come from the side, we're chopping. But now it's like, all right, we are pinpointing that ball, and I'm going to get after it.
That's so hard.
Yeah, when a guy that's 240 pounds is running full speed at you, trying to run you over, and you're gonna step back and punch at the ball.
Even if you're like just sitting there hitting mitts, right? You'll miss off the side, and that person's literally just standing there with like this, right? Imagine somebody running full speed, you jumping backwards, and the amount of force that you have to punch. That's a fucking difficult thing to do. He makes it look very easy. Other guys are making it look easy. That's a broken hand waiting to. I had a punch out from the back one time on somebody. The ball went out of bounds, so we didn't get to keep it. But like as soon as I got done, somebody was like, "What if you punch that elbow right there? Like that is you break your hand."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you drop the ball. I'm like, oh, I didn't think. Bro, you're right. I could have very easily done that, and I wouldn't have even been able to do it. It's amazing. Hour 3 here. We'll start in about 30 seconds, AJ. I can't wait for it. We got Patrick Surtain II joining us. Dude's a stud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's some next-gen stats on him. We're going to talk to him about. All right, we're back in about 20 seconds.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about.
Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show. It is Thursday Night Football. Our heater horse has arrived. Super Boost, Thursday, December 2nd, hour 3. This shall begin right now. Shout out to Drop. Shout out to you for watching at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. AJ Hawk wearing his Centerville Elks shirt live from an attic in Ohio. Tone Diggs, the COVID cowboy, the hammer, Dahn co-host, is riding us into a place that we hope we have never been before in tonight's Super Boost as the Cowboys travel to New Orleans, and we have our biggest boost yet on FanDuel Sportsbook.
Yeah, it was a big keep it simple, stupid situation coming in tonight's
we're kissing
game.
the thing.
Yeah. I mean, you get below the key number of 3, which in gambling, 3 is the keyest of numbers in the NFL. And you can boost.
Game winners, a lot of game winners.
Should it be a most key?
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
So, like, there's a certain percentage that most games fall between 0 and 3 points or 0 and 7 points. More are 0 to 3 than it is 0 to 7. So if you get below that 3 number, that is a key number in gambling. So that's why I went with the 2.5.
And then there's a hook talk on top of 3.5. You know, if you're getting one, there's those are big time numbers. But 2.5, with how this thing is shaping up, feels very good. Let's go to the toxic table. These guys know football.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, these guys know football.
Uh-huh.
At Ty Schmidt, Boston Connor. Connor, let's start with you here. Have you ever seen a gimme like this bet tonight, dude?
Never in my life. Probably going back to the Thursday night game of Falcons-Patriots when that was a Super Boost before. I'm getting the same type of feeling, the same type of absolute blowout, not even close. I already mentally have this Super Boost as a win, and Tony's 1-0.
Yeah.
And I'm already looking to Sunday for what he's going to boost next.
I'm already thinking, like, what does the photo have to be that we have to take next?
Yeah, exactly. What do we have to do tomorrow once the Cowboys win by 42?
Ty, how about going into the holiday season, a little extra scratch, huh?
Man, why not?
Minus 230 to plus
God.
100. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like Connor said, I'm not even thinking about tonight. Tonight is already a W. It's already a victory.
Congrats, Tony.
It's over. Hey, good job, Tony.
Great pick, Tony.
Good pick,
Don't
Tony.
like
What you're doing right now.
Want to know, Tony?
Hey, we are potentially trying to sell it so hard because when we win, we would like to be able to do this to everyone. You know, and if we set a precedent that we're okay, we are not scared. He goes live every day, makes picks. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
we're okay telling you we feel good about this one. And by we, I mean Tone does. And if Tone feels good about it, and Gumpy feels good about it, and PMI Mitt, who had a clean sweep last night gambling, the hosts of Hammer Down like it. I like it even more, especially if it makes sense with Big Mike McCarthy rolling around on a little robot, AJ.
Well, okay. How can the Saints win this game? What needs to happen for them to win?
They need to have the ball for 46 minutes.
Yes.
Taysom Hill
needs to rush it 48 times.
And then maybe just QB sneaks, you know, because they have the tackles,
tackles are out.
Maybe he just goes under center and they just do QB dives.
Yeah.
For every single time. They pick up 2, pick up 3, pick up 3, pick up 2, move the ball down the field.
Yeah.
That's how they keep it 51 minutes.
Yep.
That's how they kind of matriculate down the ball field. And that's how they win. That could be it. Or Taysom Hill and Sean Payton will come up with some shit and they'll be able to figure it out on the offensive side of the ball. They have a great defense, but we're just kind of assuming that the Cowboys also have a great offense, so they're going to get their points. How do the Saints score? Like how do the Saints score? They'll make a mistake. Maybe it'll be a pick 6, but will they be able to keep up with Dak? And that's the entire the entire thought process when you're gambling or trying to pick a game. And I haven't been able to figure it out yet. I honestly haven't been able to figure it out yet. But I've been wrong a lot. So that's not great.
I think most people have. I mean, this year's been weird. How it's all worked out. You never really know who's going to win. But, man, Kamara would be huge for Sean Payton and for Taysom tonight. I'm sure they really wish they had him.
Kamara's a game changer, dude. Because the entire defense just has to do this to him the entire time.
And you can run a lot of misdirection off him, using him as like the bait almost.
Oh, you're talking about a little glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
Little show.
The screen game to him is at times it's unstoppable with that guy.
Well, Tyreek Hill, same thing, right? I mean, whenever you think they run Tyreek Hill as window dressing, so everybody on defense has to do this. And then as they're doing that, whether they're not looking at anybody else. So it's like, all right, who's got Tyreek? We are told 10 can't beat us, right? And I might be wrong. I've never been in a defensive meeting, but I've listened to enough practices from a very close perspective. 10 can't beat us. 10 can't beat us. We have four eyes on Tyreek Hill at all times. So Andy Reid knows that. And he has him just running back and forth because then if they're shifting, who has the eyes on him? Or if it is the two people always on him, you're causing chaos beforehand. They do that with Kamara. They don't have that opportunity either tonight. I mean, that binds Taysom Hill in a fashion that we saw with Christian McCaffrey. When Christian McCaffrey's out, the quarterbacks for the Panthers look a lot different. Because there's this is just like the Jonathan Taylor thing. With like, hey, if you got a guy that can distract the defense and be like, we can't have that guy, we can't have that guy, it is a game changer. And Kamara, I mean, that's huge. That's huge news. This was originally minus 170 or something to plus 100. Now it's minus 230 something because Kamara's out of nowhere today. I mean, it's crazy. It is fucking insanity.
Yeah, the injuries and stuff helped a lot. I was originally going to look at Dak over. His overs, though, is 280. That's a lot of yards because the Saints.
That's a good Saints D.
Saints are 27th against the pass, though. Number 1 against the run. So I thought the Cowboys would throw a bunch.
Well, I thought the Buccaneers are number 1 against the run. I heard it for the voiceover
They're
guy.
number 2, I believe.
Wow.
So he's lying, voiceover.
HBO.
Depending on what.
Hey, whoa.
Well, I mean, who produces it?
Nick, what's going on? Why do you have a cowboy hat on?
Because I'm riding with the Cowboys and I'm riding with the Cowboy tonight.
Oh, maybe we should all.
Yeah, wait, Tony, keep
We
passing
got a
me.
couple more cowboy hats, dude.
Yeah,
AJ,
Tony.
put your cowboy hat on.
You got 3 more.
Come on, AJ, saddle up.
Let me grab it. I got a pith downstairs if you need that.
Yeah, tell Axel to bring it up.
I don't know what a piff is at all.
It's like the zookeeper's hard hat type thing.
I need that black one. Nice. Can I get that black one up top there? Thank you so much, dude. And at home, if you have a cowboy hat, you can go ahead and put it on too, I think. Get that black one.
Man, I need that pith.
What is a pith, dude?
It's like I was wearing it at the event when you came? No.
I feel so good.
Oh, I wore it for
about the
Halloween this
Cowboys
year.
now.
Bro, I feel so good.
Oh, my God.
yeah.
Hey, listen now, we came off the fucking ranch. We saw these boys running around there.
Goddamn right.
Taysom Hill, I'm sure he's a good fucking player, got good grip, but I'll tell you what he ain't going to do. He ain't going to beat no cowboy on Thursday night.
Hell no.
Taysom Hill tackling Zeke? I don't think so.
I was over at the Nationals finals, fucking rodeo in Vegas, hopped on a plane down to the bayou. I said, how's your gumbo? Good. How's your team? Terrible, because the fucking Cowboys are in town. How's the gabagoo?
Hell yeah. Jerry ain't gonna let them fuck this up.
No way.
Give it to Zeke.
You see what them sons of bitches did last game? They shit all over them, so they ain't gonna do that.
Tell you what the
2 weeks
Cowboys
ago.
need to do. They need to get them one of these. Get them a state championship ring tonight.
That's right.
That's right.
Get you one of these.
That's right.
You guys got to keep this on for Certain, right?
Oh, hell
He
yeah.
went to Alabama. I mean,
He also, I mean, the
Cowboys
Broncos.
down there.
We've
Broncos,
rode Broncos.
well, they ride a horse
Yeah.
at the Broncos games. This is no stranger.
Get you one of
He's
these.
no stranger to what we got going on right now, pal.
You think
right.
FanDuel could just pay us out now?
Yeah, why don't they pay us out early so we can bet on other stuff like Dak under if it's 280?
Cowboys 42-0, maybe.
Oh, alternate spread 35.
Correct.
You don't
score.
like Dak over 280 with CD back?
So
It
he's
just doesn't
averaging.
feel like
he's
that.
averaging 312 a game in his last 5 games. The where it was, I lost it.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, none of that matters.
2.5.
Oh, here it was. So they gave up 402 to Dan Jones, 375 to Brady, 343 to Matt Ryan, and then lately.
Oh, so
Yeah,
they're gonna
Dak's
give
going
up over.
over.
Dak's going
Dak's
over.
going
So I
over.
wish they could pay me so that I could bet on Dak over. Thank you, AJ, for me clearing that up with myself.
Smart.
But I didn't want them to be up so much that they don't throw the ball one time in the second half and then he doesn't go over.
That's the problem.
That's a good
Put in
point.
Coop Rush.
Especially because Jerry
It needs to be a
said,
shootout for Dak to get those yards.
well,
doesn't
Jerry
it?
also said Ezekiel Elliott's going to get the fucking
Yeah.
ball. I've been talking to Kellen. I've been talking to Big Mike. I've been talking to Robot Mike. I've been fucking talking to COVID Mike. I've been talking to Dr. Joe Rogan. I've been talking to all these people. We're running the ball. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said the team expects Ezekiel Elliott to have a serious load against New Orleans.
Hell yeah.
No rest for Zeke, says Clarence Hill Jr. of the Dallas Dispatch.
That does.
I don't think that's a
Dallas Morning News.
Dallas Morning News. Thank you.
I
Clarence.
believe. I believe.
Let's go some phone calls, shall we, AJ?
I mean, you look like you're doing a show in Dallas right now.
We are. We're Big D. We need the
Goddamn
Cowboys
right.
to ride into New Orleans tonight and get a big time win. I love that city, though. I've been to a place called Cochon Diner.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Man, they got a chop house, double gun that thing, get a sandwich during the day, go to Cochon at night, go ahead and get fancy, put the big black cowboy hat on.
That's right. Big lids.
Yep.
Fort Worth Star Telegram.
God damn it.
We were in Fort Worth.
I love Fort Worth.
We were there.
Beautiful.
We walked right by it.
Fort Worth is the best. A lot of these in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
Clarence was wearing this when he tweeted that out.
That's right.
That is.
The hat store
And
that
as soon
I get
as
to.
he tweeted it out, he said, "How do you do?"
Cowboys minus 2.5.
Bro, they got steers walking down the middle of the street in Fort Worth, like actually walking.
It's awesome.
Texas Longhorns, and now 110 inches, tip to tip
Right.
is the all-time biggest Texas steer. But there is some 80 inchers down there, 90 inches
Big.
there, just walking right through the fucking main street, right down Broadway, legitimate with big cowboys with Fu Manchus and big on horses wrangling them. That's every day. It is awesome down
Are there places? I like places where they can ride, like guys legit can ride their horse into town and tie them up and go into the store.
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty sure you could do that down there at Stockyards, Fort Worth. I do know that you're able to ride a bull and take a photo with it too.
We
right.
did. They're both beautiful bulls. What is it, Teddy and
Ned?
Is that the one
Nettie?
Zeke
Ned
got?
and Ted.
That's right.
Ned
No,
and Ted.
unfortunately, Zeke did not hop on one. Tony,
Well, he
if
was
you
told he
recall.
could not.
They do have the oldest gambling parlor in the state of Texas, too. We cannot forget that.
I believe that has gone out of business. FanDuel should save that.
Yeah, and they will.
Let's go to the phones. This show stinks, but tonight's Super Boost is just fine.
Hook 'em.
Here we are.
Oh, hell yeah.
I wish I would have had this goddamn hat when we were down
I
there.
know.
Shit.
We had no idea what we were walking into. Had no idea.
Turby.
We literally drove down there just so I could get like a Turby.
Turby was the one that could handle me, but not really.
It was in the back or it was out here.
Turby was on the left side.
Turby's
long
on the
day
left,
for
yeah.
Turby.
Turby gets quite a task during those days down there in hot Fort Worth. We had no idea what we were walking into. I was just trying to go find like a cowboy shirt, and we had no clue. That is an entire. There's an
awesome.
arena. There is. It is awesome at all times.
Who scoops up their huge dumps? Do they have a big shovel with them?
Oh, there's a cowboy out there and a farmhand out there. What do you think this is, dude?
Talking about.
Wake up.
They got that one of them things too that just picks up the poop.
Yeah.
Pooper scooper.
Pooper scooper.
Pooper scooper.
They got a pooper scooper
I don't
for a
think they
bull.
have them big enough for that.
No, they do.
Well, bullshit, AJ. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's go to Eli in Michigan. Eli, what's going on, man?
Hey, Pat, how you doing?
Keep it moving, sir, please.
Hell yeah. Quick question. What do you think about this? I think the reason why Taysom Hill's not getting played is because they already want Russell Wilson in New Orleans.
Sabotage.
So what if they want to keep him healthy? So next year it's going to be Taysom Hill traded for Russell Wilson because they already messed up. Russell Wilson's already messing up our culture, which is run heavy. He wants to throw the ball more, so we're kind of getting out of what we used to do. And somebody like Taysom Hill, probably a little bit more humble, a little bit more able to run the ball and hand it off.
Oh, Eli. Okay, the
going
tide
after
has
a
turned
character.
on the arrogant Russell Wilson, it sounds like, from Eli.
What do you think about his music video?
See, the headphones had to change a little bit over there. Ty looks ridiculous.
I mean, it's tough to hear with the cans on and the cowboy hat. So, you got to improvise sometimes.
That's a great question, though. And I don't think Pete Carroll and the Schneider and Seahawks are going to say yes to Taysom Hill, Russell Wilson straight up. I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen.
There's going to be, and I don't know. They have so much money. Ian Rappaport said the Saints have to dump $70 million. How are they going to get any of these veteran quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Like, unless they do that, hey, 10 years down the road thing, we're going to do this for 5 years. We'll give you this signing bonus, and then we'll kick it down the road. I guess, but still, if that much money, you're going to have to be a whole new team.
Maybe, I don't know, because I think he's still under contract, and the relationship has been great. Maybe Mike Thomas is a trading chip in that situation.
So Mike Thomas, Taysom Hill. But they run the ball. Why would you give Mike Thomas? That's what Eli was just saying.
And why would you make Taysom Hill's contract kind of more money? And if he does play quarterback, they'd have to pay him upwards of $95 million.
And why would you trade for more weapons after losing Russell Wilson? I don't know. I don't know how the Russell Wilson thing legitimately plays out. I don't know. Pete Carroll, I mean, we're not saying anything out of pocket here.
No.
He's like 95 years old.
Yeah.
You know, there's not another.
Looks like he's 45 though.
He looks incredible. His energy is amazing. His competitive.
How old is he for real? How old is he?
75, I think. 72.
He's 70.
70 years old. He's 70 years old. His stamina, his competitive stamina is unbelievable. His energy is unbelievable. And I understand Bill Belichick also near the same age up there. But Bill Belichick wasn't about a full rebuild. He spent money. Boom. He did that. Yeah. Is that what they're going to do in Seattle, you think? If they have to trade away Russell Wilson? They're like, all right, we're going to spend money. We're going to be a team still. And then why can't it work with Russell? How would you spend that money, I guess? I don't.
Well, is Pete going to be there? I'm not confident Russ is going to be there by any means.
Well, if you're the GM, would you rather keep your franchise quarterback, or would you rather just kind of get a new coach instead?
Depends how they feel about Russ.
Well, Eli in Michigan, he's
he doesn't want him.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
You do not want to lose the guy who's spinning the ball back there. Like, you would much rather get a new guy.
Caught up down there in Fort Worth.
I did a little bit. I've been trying to, stay, but it's too hard.
Your mullet's getting covered up by that thing. It's like,
yeah, but from the side angle is awesome.
The side does look good. Yeah.
Right, we'll just talk this way.
Let's go to Kevin in Pittsburgh. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, Pat. How you doing?
Hey,
anyways, I was just wondering, how is it happening in the MLB that Max Scherzer is making more money than the Pirates' payroll for the next year?
That's because fucking nutting stinks, Kevin. But they don't even have a league right now, dude. So it's not even like a. I was about to text. Whoa.
He's 100 times better than everyone on the Pirates too, so that's why.
Where did he end up going?
Mets. He's not better than that stadium. That's the most beautiful stadium in the league.
He's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
I don't care. He's not better than that stadium.
Pat, I'm sure you didn't
He
see
ain't better than his Zambelli fireworks.
I wanted to fill you in because I don't think you saw this. Pirates did trade away their Gold Glove winning catcher.
We knew that was happening as soon as he won it, right? I mean, the guy wins, he's gone. See you later. We can get good money from this guy.
I have
Jesus
heard
Christ,
Fenway Sports Group might buy the Pirates now too.
We don't need that.
I don't know.
You can't. That's a conflict of interest.
They would have to call it most beautiful stadium in MLB group.
That is a beautiful ballpark.
PNC Park.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Tailgating.
Oh, you see the whole city there.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be driving through there.
Yeah.
Oh,
today, heading back. Maybe. Things are getting interesting. What can I say?
It's your show, man. You can say whatever you want.
You never.
Yeah, but I don't know. I honestly don't know.
You don't get it, dude.
You don't.
There's some interesting shit going on. There's some interesting shit going on. That is very fascinating.
That happened over the last 12 hours?
Like the last 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Not with us.
No.
Not with us. The announcement's still coming very soon. Very soon. But there are some things that are happening, in lead up to potential announcement.
Right.
That are maybe getting a little bit, interesting right now. I don't know what I should say, what I can't say, what I should say, what I shouldn't say. Let's move on.
What time is Surtain coming?
25. We could take a break, I guess, and get out of this. I mean, if they fuck this up, though, I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna. This is a very interesting.
Wait, whose day? Whose day? What you're
can't say.
Supposed to do?
We can't say they. I mean, this would be something that they have no idea what they're doing. I mean, they
fools. Absolute.
Oh, okay,
mortals.
I kind of get it.
I think you do kind of get it probably because you've had to experience potentially some bullshit. You know what I mean?
No, from what I talked to you about. Yeah, I could see what you're talking about. Maybe
you don't get it.
People. Greed's an interesting thing, and
it's a sin.
It is one of them, isn't it?
Goddamn right.
Not a football sin, self-inflicted negatives.
No.
That's like turning the ball over in penalties and stuff like
But
that.
this would be.
This would be a self-inflicted negative, though. I mean, it's very interesting. I'm getting to a break. Patrick Surtain's on the other side.
Hell yeah.
I am not good at this at all. A week, we'll tell the whole story. I'll tell the whole story in 1 week. There's no reason to do it now. It is still evolving. We are still in the middle of maybe getting on a plane, maybe not.
Okay. Amen. All right.
We are thinking about the horse. Okay?
Ain't that the truth?
A lot of different mutations.
Well, Omicron's becoming a real thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's like Kenny Chesney.
Omicron's all over the place.
Is that Uncle Kenny? It is not.
Like fucking old Dean.
Well, this is Buck fucking Coltrane, pal.
Yeah.
Put it in the country music name generator. That's what I got. Buck fucking Coltrane. I ain't never heard something more sweet. So maybe a performance by Buck on the other side. I do have to get to a break or I will just start unloading on you right now. And I can't do that. I've done good. I've been an hour and 20 minutes. I haven't done it yet. I wanted to lead off the show with it potentially, but I'm not. I'm an hour and 20 in. We're going to make, or 2 hours and 20.
2:20. Yeah.
2 hours and 20 minutes. This is unbelievable. This may be my greatest mental feat. And nobody will be able to even know what it is until like a week from now. And I don't want to turn this show into that type of thing because that's not what this is all about. I have no filter. If it comes here, it comes here. But this is a very interesting situation that could potentially get fucked up by people that are so dumb and think they are so smart, and they are not.
Clowns.
A lot of people like that out in the world.
Well,
Scary. They're
especially
scary.
in-
It's scary when you think you're that smart.
Well, especially in positions. The positions are... Let's get to a break. We're back with Patrick Surtain in a second on the other side. Reset. We hit the reset button on the other side. Maybe have the Cowboys hat on because we need the Cowboys tonight, Master. Okay. See you in 4 minutes. Cheers.
New Jersey Devils made some big news with their jersey reveal. We got PK. There he is. PK.
Covering our faces. It's beautiful.
Old PK Sluban in the new Devils alternate jerseys that they're going to be wearing on either December 6th or December 8th, I believe. These jerseys were actually helped designed by Martin Brodeur, legendary Hall of Fame, one of the greatest goaltenders of all time to ever play. Look at these things, dude. They fucking stink.
I saw somebody tweet, I forget who it was, said instead of CCM on their gloves, they should have it say gloves on their gloves.
It does have the ties. It has the sweater jersey ties, a la Marty Brodeur. That was his touch, apparently. That was his little piece that he added in. Do you think because Marty made it that they were kind of like, I can't say no to Marty. Yeah, looks good. Looks good, Marty.
If
fucking Marty cooked up these shitty
unis,
and now we gotta try and.
what
are we gonna do?
Our greatest goalkeeper of all time by a million signed off on these jerseys that say Jersey on the front. We better fucking get him out there now.
Like that's something that could have happened. Like
Ruppers here. Rupper.
What's up, fellas? How's it
Crystal
going?
clear. Look at you in the bowels of the arena. What's up, buddy?
Look at this, man. Right down here. Zamboni just went on. Getting the flood for the third period. So let's see if I'm going to see if we go out ice level. Hold on,
Just take us on the ice.
Let's see what I can get away with the old barn. What's up, man? How are you?
don't drive the Zamboni,
Can I come out
Rupper.
here real quick? You're not going to stop me? I can't hear you guys, so hold on. We'll get the pens.
Can't hear us. The arena's so damn loud. All those Pens
There we
fans
go.
in there. Look at this. We're going on the ice. Diner PPG Paints Arena. I love it.
Boys are getting it done here. I got one bone to pick. The fucking phone's blowing up from Marty Brodeur saying that you're shitting on his creation. What happens? I leave for 5 minutes and I'm getting Hall of Fame former teammates calling me and giving me shit. He said your boys are shitting on my idea.
Me.
We buried
You know that was me. You know that was me.
Joseph Montana, Italian-American out of Western Pennsylvania.
It was a kidnapping attempt of his infant grandchild.
Yeah, in the house. They came into the house, right?
Yeah.
And then he was sitting on top of the stairs. He was like, put the baby down. And they said, no. And he said, ah! And they said, no, I'm taking your granddaughter. He said, ah! And they said, I'm taking it. He goes, you asked for it. Skechers up, Skechers down. Yeah.
Dart.
There's no way.
Then he ran down the stairs, and the baby caught the baby, caught the granddaughter after the beak of the lady that was trying to snatch the baby. Passed out. It was like one of those, boom, and they like dropped it. And Joe Montana, he actually slid down the stairs.
Head first.
You know how like that, how people surf almost down the stairs? He did that and caught his granddaughter like this, and then he picked up the ball, and he actually put foot on kidnapping suspect, called the police with his Bluetooth and waited there.
Unbelievable.
That's fucking Joe Montana, dude.
That's right.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on Thursday Night Football. We got our heater horse who has arrived. Super Boost Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. Can't thank you enough for joining us on this beautiful day. AJ Hawk to my left, all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
Holy shit.
Wow, this guy won the Super Bowl, College Football National Championship, and all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers and the Centerville Elks.
That's right.
High school in Ohio. What an absolute legend. Joining us now, another legend. A first-round draft pick by the Denver Broncos out of Alabama. A legacy generation stud. This past weekend had 2 picks, 1 for a pick 6, making him the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for the Denver Broncos. Patrick Surtain. Yeah! What's up, dude?
How y'all doing?
Hey, not as good as you, man. Pick 6, another one kind of handed to you, kind of a punt, but still get the Defensive Player of the Week. Let's go. Hey, what a guy. Yeah. Congratulations, man. Yeah, congrats. How's it been? How's the NFL been? Obviously very easy for you.
Yeah, it's been a cool start so far. I say the first couple of weeks, I was getting the hang of things, but now I feel like I'm getting more comfortable, understanding the game more and more, So at the end of the day, it's just football. I'm just out there having fun now.
Is it similar at all? I know when you came big-time high school player and you go to Alabama, you started as a true freshman. Was it similar to that transition from high school to Alabama?
Yeah, it was a pretty similar transition. I was expected to come in and do big things. I was doing what's best for the team all in all. So I think it was a similar transition coming in.
So what, you just, because of how good your dad is and how much work you put in through your whole life, it's just like, yeah, whatever. I'll come in as a freshman. I'll come in as a rookie. I'll dominate. Is it just you're always been comfortable? Do you think it's because of the knowledge of what the league is like and what the game is like from your dad?
No, I wouldn't say I've never been too comfortable because I still had to work for, what I get. I just think that the knowledge that he carried on to me, I think it helped me a long way significantly. So I think just that upbringing, understanding where he came from, watching him play, I think that helped me a lot. Going forward in the football career.
Alabama practices. I mean, we hear about Mac Jones lighting them up and talking shit to Saban. And then there's, we hear about the competitive rivalries and people literally go to Alabama for the competition because every day you're just getting better and better. Was there any weeks or kind of runs in practice where you thought to yourself, like, this has to be what it's like in the NFL down there with how much fucking talent is in that building of Alabama?
Yeah, I would say fall camp practices in Alabama, you know how to get, it be hot, players be tired, you be exhausted out there, fights start to break out, a lot of yelling, screaming, but it all comes down to the competitiveness around all the guys around that program. That's what helps bring it out of you, playing against top tier athletes, future first round draft picks. I think that's what, when you go to Bama, that's what you expect to go against those top level guys each and every day. It just helps you get better as a player.
Hey, what was it like playing for Nick Saban, starting there for 3 years? I know Nick Saban loves his DBs. I talk about it a lot. I know that he originally is a DB guy. Was he able to give you is he in there getting hands-on coaching, letting you guys know little techniques every day?
Yeah, he be in the defensive meeting room every day with the DBs. He's very hands-on. Just critiquing us on little things that we could fix. Great all-around coach. He's been in the football. He's been around football for as long as I can remember. Way before I was born, I can tell you that. But just having a guy like that special coach be so hands-on in a specific position, a position that you play. I just think that it was all around blessing in disguise.
I mean, playing as a freshman or whatever, you had to be, and I should have done more research. I assume you were top recruit out there. Why Alabama? Was it because of everything you just chatted about? What did Nick say to you? Did he say, you're going to play 3 years, you're going to be first-round draft pick, then you're going to be defensive player of the week? Like, did he just say, like, hey, this is how this is going to work out for you? Is that the pitching? And did you ever think about going anywhere else?
Yeah, it was a platform there, but I just looked at the aspect as of what school could help me be the best person I could be, but also the best player. You know, Alabama got tons of resources around you available. Got a great program all around. You know, I think going to Bama, you know, it'll help you, you know, be built for moments like this, especially going into the league. It'll help you shape up going into the next level. And I think just as a program-wise, I think, you know, just the winning pedigree that's around that program, the atmosphere, the winning atmosphere, all that goes around the program. I think that's what is a big time thing, because you want to go to a program, you know, you're going to play against the best players, you know, each and every practice, compete against the top guys. But it's like that camaraderie that we built in the locker room, that's what that was one of the special moments, I think, that was at Alabama, you know, building those relationships, those memories with the players and the coaches and everybody around the program. I think that's what was so special about that place.
That's awesome. And obviously now you're one of those guys that are around the program that they can say, hey, look, we got the guy till he comes back, trains in the offseason. He'll do whatever he needs to do. That is you now. That's awesome. Long list of legends that have come and gone through the Saban Alabama pipeline. Let's talk about the locker room you guys have over there. You know, surprising year for the Broncos. And I know you're young in it or whatever. And Von Miller gets traded out, though, which is a big deal. I don't think anybody knew that. And you guys have really come on and continue to win games. What is the locker room like? And how do you feel the season is kind of shaping up?
Yeah, the locker room is, obviously, we had a key loss with Von, but I say the locker room has come around even better now. You know, we got new leaders stepping up, some of the rookies stepping up as well. We got a great rookie class, a great team all around, and I think we could do something special going down the road.
That's awesome.
What's Vic Fangio's? He's a defensive guy, just like Nick Saban was as your head coach. Is he heavily involved as well in the game planning and everything that's going on with your defense?
Yeah, definitely. He's a defensive coach. You know, he's so defensive minded. He's been in the game for a long time as well. You know, he's bringing in new game plans, new situations that we could study on, and I think that's what's so cool and unique about it.
Now, you're Mac Jones playing well in New England. Are you surprised at all at the early success he's having?
Nah, man. You know, Mac is a competitor. I seen him practice in the games every day. You know, I expect nothing new. Obviously a new level, new competition, but you know, the work ethic that he has, you know, the work that he puts in and day out, I think, you know, I've seen something special in him. You know, I'm not surprised by what he's doing right now. You know, obviously he has a great team over there. He's doing big things, so, you know, I'm proud of him.
You talk shit? No? You talk shit?
Sometimes. I don't, you know, rarely I do. Sometimes I would, but, you know, that's not my game all the time. So, you know, I'm pretty low key. You know, I just play my game.
Oh, but if somebody tries you a little bit, and then if you start having success.
That's different.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's different.
That's good news. Can't wait to watch it sometime, because then whenever we see you and there's a potential little extra, it's like, oh, that guy deserves it. That guy, hey, something happened there, and that's great to hear. It's going to be fun to watch you, man. Go ahead, Ty.
Patrick, obviously you've had a bunch of success already, but is it like, how much does your preparation change when, you know, at Alabama it's like, okay, we're not playing Vanderbilt this week, we're playing the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback. Like, your division, you guys have a lot of very tough quarterbacks and veteran quarterbacks in there. Has your preparation changed at all when you're going against those guys and not just some guy who's, you know, going to end up being an accountant?
Yeah, that's the difference, man. You know, especially in our division, we playing against top-tier quarterbacks. So, you know, I think preparation habits got to change a little bit. You know, you got to study more of their tendencies, some of their schemes. You got to put more work in film study than you do on the field, because I think that's what's very important. The work that you do in film study, helping your mental preparation more than anything, especially with the offensive right now in our division. It's so complex. so many different schemes, you know. So you just got to be on top of those things.
A lot of movement, right? I mean, is that different then? Because I guess Sark ran that with Mac, right, at Alabama. So I guess you saw it a little bit in practice, but that's much different. The NFL's sophistication is a different level, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I seen in practice at Alabama. We had a great offense at Alabama, great scheme, but you ain't just gonna go into college every week seeing that. But in the NFL, you're gonna see it every week because you know you playing against great players all around. So it's not like you know you're gonna see a scheme here and there. It's like every week.
Yeah,
so,
it's the men's league. Hey,
it's
it's the men's league, and you have adapted so quickly, so much so that actually, I don't know if you saw these next-gen stats, dude. Guess what? Guess what? You ran 22.07 miles per hour in your 70-yard pick six. That's the fastest human documented in the NFL.
Holy shit.
You were speeding in school zones, Patrick. Did you, as you were running, were you like, holy shit, this feels like when I'm driving and I look out the window at about 20, 25 miles an hour. That's what you were doing. Did you realize that? Or you're like, oh, first touchdown, I'm gonna run a little faster? Is that slow for you? Are we expecting a little faster maybe next time?
Nah, man, like when I caught the pick, you know, I was just looking clear at the end zone, just running. I was looking side to side here and there, but I knew once I started opening my strides, I knew I was going to get in the end zone. So I think I could get it faster, though, for sure.
Are you track guy? Track guy, no?
Yeah, I ran track in high school.
Like it offers, like if you weren't the guy here at corner, would you have been?
Not offers, but I won state championships.
Yeah, you're in South Florida too. I mean, everybody's fast down there.
Yeah, we had a great 4x1 team actually. It was me, Anthony Schwartz, Marco Wilson, Tyson Campbell. You know those dudes. We was all on the same 4x1 team, just running.
Yeah. And you guys lost, obviously. I would have loved to see the school just show. Now, South Florida, obviously, insane. That is, I assume there's a lot of speed there. But I imagine one track meet or Centerville, Ohio shows up.
Sure.
Shit.
No. Hey, we're fucking dead, dude.
We're not making the final.
We are dead out here. Congrats on all the early success, man. Seems like you're the consummate professional. Congrats on Player of the Week. That's not easy at all. There's a lot of players in the AFC. 2 picks, first touchdown, speeding in the school zone. It's awesome to chat with you, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Surtain is second. Thank you, sir. 22 miles an hour.
Flying. Fast.
I knew once I got open, I saw it. No, if I'm even, I'm leaving. Dude. That would be so cool. You were that fast, I guess. You were.
Nope, I never felt like that. Yeah. Do you remember watching his dad play?
Yeah, flew around.
Yeah, Miami for a while. Gump has to be a big fan of his dad.
Well, Gump right now is in the middle of 6 or 7 different fronts.
It's a bit of a fucking pickle we found ourselves.
Oh no! What?
Yeah, well,
What happened?
What happened?
Probably shouldn't publicize.
Yeah, that's another thing we can't talk about for like another week or so.
Oh, this is this separate from what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, we got. There's a bunch going on.
Oh,
my
personal issue?
No, my thing is actually
for Gump.
No, professional, personal. I mean,
Wow,
life-wise.
yeah.
I guess.
Oh no!
But for me, mine is like something awesome was going to happen, and then now there's some.
Yeah. I want to know about Gump's situation.
No, you definitely
you don't.
Holy
You
shit!
gotta get to the phones. Let's.
Gump, I hope you get to stay here.
Whoa! What are you
Why
talking
would you
about?
jump to that?
What are you even talking about? He will.
What's your fucking problem?
They won't take you back. You can't get in Canada if you wanted to.
Well, that's the thing is. Most consecutive games scoring fewer than 20 points over the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard
Okay.
about this?
No.
So if you score less than 20 points, I think in the NFL it is considered a bad day offensively.
Sure.
Okay. Even if you score 21, 24, it's like, defense could have still had a good day. Like that is kind of the benchmark now, especially with the way the rules are and everything like that. In the last 15 years, there's only been one team that has scored less than 20 points in a game consecutively, more than anybody else, obviously.
Okay.
There was a tie for a bit. Now it is gone on. Congrats to the Detroit Lions.
Wow!
We did it.
6 teams were tied. Just last week, 7 teams were tied with 9 straight games of sucking offensively. And MCDC and the Lions said, don't you worry, team. If it's even, we're leaving. And they go 10 straight games of less than 20 points. Obviously, MCDC has had a more hands-on approach the last few weeks. That's tough, AJ. That's a tough building, I assume, to walk in and out of every day.
10 straight? Really?
So what, week 1
10 straight.
against the Niners, they came back in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah,
They
Goff
scored.
was slinging a little bit.
And
He's
then,
the only one.
What, since then they have?
I mean,
what a
Defense
tough
is playing
gig.
good.
Defense is playing good. The fact you guys have even been close to games, I guess we should talk about.
Yeah.
But Jared Goff's making $30 million a year. So.
Yeah. This goes to my point. All last year, I told you guys, without Matthew Stafford, that team goes 0-16. We lose Matthew Stafford, we're going to go 0-16.
Well, you're not. Well, you did, I guess. You did go in 16
Yeah.
with one at the end.
With one.
Just like tonight's kind of a foregone conclusion, the Cowboys cover 2.5. Feels like the Cowboys are 0-16-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we love the guy. He's awesome. I love the guy, but like, I mean, aren't they just gonna fucking? You gotta fire Dan Campbell.
No!
This guy's
That's a real question.
This guy stinks.
1 year to build a culture. Did you hear Chuck? Chuck said it takes a couple years to build a culture.
6-year deal?
No, I think it's pretty clear. Yikes, we might have missed on this one.
No, Todd.
These guys fucking suck.
No.
They are so bad. And I love Dan Campbell.
We love Dan Campbell.
I love
Gotta
Dan
give him a
Campbell.
chance with
It's an
another
NFL team, for Christ's sake.
They got to build a culture, though. Chuck said yesterday it's going to take a couple years. Nobody wants to have
It may
that
take
patience.
7 or 8 years for him to get his culture in there.
Dan Campbell accepting the Lions head coaching job versus Dan Campbell. I mean, that's real. NFL memes does well.
Can you build a culture when you go 0-16-1? Everyone just be like, yeah, you don't have a culture because you fucking suck at your job.
Hugh did this in Cleveland, remember?
Yeah.
He was like, hey, we're still close. I know I'm going to win here, he said. And then they didn't.
What
And
happened?
Yeah, but you got to remember what MCDC is going to be able to do with another draft.
Yeah.
You know, another
Get his
draft.
guys in
Get his guys in.
We have the worst roster
Now
in
Hugh
the
has great
history of
tequila.
NFL.
What'd you say? Hugh drinks tequila now. Yeah, he does.
He has great tequila now, right?
Yeah, and MCDC might at some point as well. We don't know if he's a tequila or probably whiskey. Yeah.
Drinking battery acid.
I mean, what could he do? What could MCDC do?
Score more than 20 points.
Put the pads on, maybe?
I mean, I guess him and Antoine Randall and
Mark Brunell.
Deuce and
Yeah.
Brunell. Maybe I believe in those guys turning it around, but you're going to have to let them build a culture a little bit. Fire the guy now.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to do them. I mean, they're in the Packers division. I'd love Dan Campbell to be there for the next 10 years so we can just fucking pencil 2 W's in. But, I mean,
Well, you guys have been doing that for
that's what I'm saying.
Either way.
Anthony Lynn, maybe. He's the OC, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to can
That's weird because people were saying that was a great hire at OC.
I didn't say
Well, I thought Anthony Lynn did say after like their 5th loss, boys, we're not going to win a game.
Well,
this
that was
year."
what he did last year as Chargers head coach when they weren't mathematically out of the playoff contention. He did let the team know, hey, we're out of it. So let's play for the names on the back, all right? Let's do it.
Then they lost 40-0 to the Patriots.
But Anthony Lynn, I've been told, is a great guy.
Great guy.
Okay, I've been told he's a great guy. He's a good guy. But when you don't call plays for a long time when you're a head coach, it's probably difficult to make the leap. Jason Garrett's already been fired. He was head coach for a while. Tries to go back and call plays. He's gone. Anthony Lynn, head coach, and now he's going back to calling plays. He's probably gone pretty. MCDC going to be able to fire somebody? Ooh.
Oh yeah, of course. That's what he can't get fired, but he could fire like one whole side of the staff.
He better.
Could he, though? Like, I don't know. He's in love with his guys, right? He's
Yeah,
building
right.
the pride.
I mean, he's going to cry while he's doing it, but
Yeah, he axed the mule, didn't he? I mean,
Well, then
That
he
was a
actually,
legacy.
the mule is a part of the staff now.
Yeah,
He
now-
axed him, and now he's on the
Now
staff.
he's consulting. He said, hey, it's time.
wow.
Put down the helmet, pick up the whistle.
I mean, it's hard to win games when you have a quarterback that can't throw it 5 yards down.
Whoa.
That's
Jared
just
Goff, you guys took his contract, $30 million a year. You guys knew he was going to stink. You got to play him next year,
bombing
too.
That's a real
balls on
question. How do we
Thanksgiving.
get out of that next year? What do we have to do?
you can't.
You don't.
You can't. You just got to
There's no
You just got to be the Lions.
Hope he retires.
Wait, is he going to be there? Like, is he going to be
guaranteed
there?
20
He
plus
has to,
million
yeah.
next year. Yeah, guaranteed
No
20
matter
plus
what?
million. Yeah.
No one's picking that up.
Would they cut him and just?
Let me look.
I mean,
Say
maybe
it.
just say take the $20 million hit and be like, we're the Lions anyways. Who cares? So what would we
Like
do?
if they bring someone else, well, no, I guess you can keep him as a backup if you bring somebody else in, a vet or draft somebody.
With that 20 plus million, I guess you could sign like Antoine and MCDC and Brunel and them.
Yeah.
But that money's gone.
What happens if he never wins a game? And like he does stay and they go 0-17 next year.
What is Goff? Goff is 0-16-1 or something without McVay as a head coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like MCDC might be.
Is MCDC tied to Goff whenever he made that trade?
It's hard to win a game, man.
It's very hard to win a game, especially 66-yard field goals are being.
Yeah.
Setting records.
After time expires.
Yeah. No delay of
Just
game.
pay Calvin Johnson, dude.
Pay him.
That would help.
They
How have
need
we
to-
not done that yet? I feel like we've been pretty loud about that.
Oh, they don't care.
They don't care.
It's probably because it kicked Kid Rock out of the locker room.
They should bring back Jim Caldwell.
See, so there was another one. Boom. Kid Rock.
When they were rolling,
we got
Kid Rock was there.
We got Dick Pond. We got Kid Rock.
We know what's next.
All right. I mean, Chuck Berry. I'm surprised.
They can do a post
Get line.
June 1 release and only have 20 million in dead cap.
Oh, okay.
And save 10 million, and then they got to pay another 10 million in 2023.
Jesus. Oh. And by the way, remember, Detroit won that trade. Remember, everybody? Oh, we won. They should get rid of Matt Stafford. No matter how Matt Stafford plays, we think he's going to play better than he has played, but we think he's going to play good. I do personally. I don't know about everybody. There's some people that don't. Obviously, I heard that. I just heard that. I don't know who it came from, but it was murmured in there. But Detroit picking up that contract, that salary in a rebuild with a guy that I think was pretty obvious he's either going to be really good or really terrible in games. And more often than not, it's not going to be great. Sean McVay benched him in the biggest game of the year last year whenever they just paid him $100 million. And everybody was saying Detroit won the trade. You remember that?
Yeah, we got 2 first-round picks, Pat. Those will work out.
Yeah.
We'll use those pretty well.
But also, like, their GM, he came from L.A., and isn't he for a disciple of, like, hey, we don't need these fucking draft picks. So can this guy even develop draft picks? Like, they got a bunch of these guys, but, I mean.
The Lions, this is the most time ever spent on the Lions in week 13.
And what's Spielman? Chris Spielman has a job there, too.
He's like a special assistant.
He was the one that helped hire Campbell and all those guys.
He's head of physicality.
Culture. Him and McConaughey share the same role. Yeah. He's got the McConaughey role for the Detroit Lions. That McConaughey has. Yeah, for Texas. Hook 'em.
Is he still there with them not being as good?
Yeah, he's wearing that orange suit.
He's going to be the governor soon, too.
Yeah. All right.
They really do have no hope. Like, no free agents are going to want to sign there. Nobody who has, like, a trade clause is going to be like, yeah, you know what? I accept that. Send me to Detroit. Like, they either have to draft really, really, really well and hit on everybody.
Yeah, like 40 guys.
Yeah,
right
40
away.
guys.
You have to hit on them all right away, too.
Yes.
And because if you don't hit on them right away, if it takes them a couple years to develop, well, they're going to be developed then in the next coach, and the next coach is going to have their own ideas, and then it is kind of like a cycle of suck up there.
MCDC might go 0-51.
Let him go. Let him free. I can't stand to see that man weathered and beaten. He's aging like a president. We can't have it.
Amen. Hey,
he's too good of a spirit, too good of an individual to be trapped in that hellhole.
I agree. I mean, Bob Carpenter told us a story about him and Motor City Dan at the end of the night at a concert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sticking with Bam, man.
I'm just saying.
Night before his wife's birthday.
No, Mother's Day. Even worse.
Mother's Day.
And he had 2 kids.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, but he just takes coffee, man.
Yeah.
Douche. His spirit is going to be. I mean, Tomlin told us, this league ages you, man. He said he's like dog years in the NFL. Yeah. Detroit, that thing is centuries. Every single.
Can they do anything, though, to give the city and give the team some hope?
How about Jim Caldwell? Bring Jim Caldwell back.
Bring Jim back.
Bring him back.
You got to have hope. There has to be some kind of hope.
Well,
You give Vince a
The
bar.
Red Wings are playing good.
Might be real.
I honestly believe that. I mean, the way you pointed that out, what is the hope?
They have no hope.
Penny might be able to throw a bomb. Like, he might be able to get under center.
Hopefully the new Ford Bronco sells like hotcakes and they can, Shield Ford Help can invest some of that money back into the franchise.
Lions fans don't deserve this, by the way. We understand you're good people, hardworking people. You come from a miserable climate, okay? You don't see the sun and it's very cold.
Are there a lot of fans still left for the Detroit Lions?
Yeah, they're forced in that area. In that area, I think you're kind of forced to be a fan.
It's a family thing.
It's Rust Belt. You have to.
I thought they fell under like a certain attendance for the first time in like 2 decades.
Well, that's what there is still fans.
Okay,
What we heard? Like,
well, that's Omicron though. That's not the
that's
Lions.
Omicron is in Detroit.
Hey, Omicron, by the way, I guess old buddy who got it in California survived with no symptoms.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I asked you. Like, I've heard that the people that have gotten it has been less severe, hasn't it?
Well, we don't know about Omicron. We don't know about
its
it.
fastball.
No, because sometimes Omicron's moody. Sometimes it's just and then sometimes Omicron goes, I'm Delta, I'm Beta, I'm the original 19, I'm Omicron. What? That's what I'm being told.
Yeah. Be careful.
They hulk up, dude. Omicron hulks up.
You won't like Omicron.
Every once in a while, Omicron will just bebop through, I guess is what I've been told. And then you won't like Omicron. Sometimes it's like, stop. I don't like what's going on here. Who am I? Oh, I'm the baddest motherfucker. I'm the biggest, baddest COVID.
Oh.
He's the biggest, baddest COVID
strain. And then I was like hulks up out of nowhere, and then boom, 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 like a Tasmanian devil through the body.
Yeah.
I think that is what it is. I don't know. It's been headline news every single night since it's come to existence. Omicron.
Yeah. Fauci's back though.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
We know what Fauci's done.
No, Fauci's back.
We won't forget.
I saw Fauci last night. I accidentally turned on nightly news. I'm like, oh, let's see what's going on in the real world. Omicron. It was just Omicron.
Fauci?
We're lighting the tree. That was awesome.
Nice.
Omicron. And then Fauci, another doctor, and then another clip from Fauci, and then we'll keep you posted.
2 clips from Fauci?
Yeah, I think there was 2 sound bites from Fauci.
This is going to be killing Gump. All this Fauci talking. He's
there's something
I think
else
that
going
may
on.
have taken a backseat.
Yeah, Gump's got his own.
As PETA
Gump's
lost
got
their
his own
fastball.
Omicron.
Omicron might be the only thing that saves me here.
Well, that is an interesting little tidbit there. Omicron could be.
Is it serious, Gump? You gonna be all right?
No, it's not serious, dude.
Not serious
Nothing
at all.
serious, dude.
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Let's go to Sean in Canada. What's going on,
Definitely
Sean?
worse things have happened to me at some point.
What's going on, Sean? What's going on, Sean?
What could it be?
I just wanted to bring something to your attention and Nick's attention. I don't know if you've heard, but there's a missing persons in the city of Pittsburgh.
What happened? Is everybody okay?
Pittsburgh PD reporting missing persons of a one Skidney Crybaby Crosby for the Pittsburgh Waddle Birds.
What?
Oh, my God.
He's in Canada. He's lucky I can't get across that border. I'll come fucking smack him right in the mouth.
Right in the mouth. Shit. I heard they're actually sending Crosby to Boston.
No.
That he wants to get
What
out.
did Sid do?
Well, the Penguins kind of stink right now, but it's not Stanley Cup time. We're waiting until Lord Stanley's standing outside.
There's no way Sydney stinks though.
No, Sydney's always good. This guy's a fucking loser, all right? Sean, don't worry about what Sean says.
Where's
Sean
he
is
from
not-
in Canada?
Sean, he doesn't know hockey. He's the only Canadian other than Gumpy that doesn't know hockey somehow. Yeah, this guy, Sean, stinks. I can't believe he would talk about... By the way, we'll take Sid to America. He's on Team USA. Great. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sean. Greatest of all time.
Who is he, a
That's
fucking
true.
Winnipeg fan?
I have no idea if that's true. Does Sidney Crosby stink right now? What is going on?
Oh, he's coming back from COVID. He has wrist injury. He's getting his game together.
Edmonton beat Pittsburgh last night, so that was an Oilers fan because he loves McJesus. That's what that was.
That guy hasn't even won a playoff game.
Hey, congrats to McDavid getting to skate on the same ice as Sidney Crosby, who I assume is his hero. Okay?
Yeah.
Congrats, dude.
We get it.
McJesus is his nickname, by the way. I don't know if he's as good as the McChicken.
No way.
Not.
He's good at hockey.
Can't win a fucking playoff series.
He's very good, but yeah, he has not done well in playoffs. When
Oh,
it counts,
he's
when
got
it
the,
matters.
He's got the dangles, but not whenever it's a little late and Lord Stanley's around.
No, when things fuck.
And everyone knows.
When the ice gets a little smaller.
Oh, down the red zone.
They'll see it come
Oh,
Olympic
that's
time.
right.
Sid will carry him again.
Oh, down in Lord Stanley's time. Gets a little tight on the ice, huh?
How about that?
The Zambone isn't as fresh, huh? Is the fresh? Is it too much pow for you in the Stanley Cup?
Also, I hear this guy chiming in with his Bruins bullshit. They just lost the Red Wings the other night. They
You lost to a team that's in the USFL or the NHL.
Hey, listen, just like Sean just said about beating the Penguins, everyone knows the most important time for hockey is in March, and that's when the Bees fly together.
It's been a while. The Bees stink.
The Bees are unbelievable, okay?
last place.
We've played,
We're
not in
you
last
lost
place.
to the Red Wings.
Red Wings also beat the Penguins, okay?
No,
and
no.
listen,
I don't think
we've
so.
played 3 less games than the team above us. We're going to be just fine.
Well, Pasta's getting traded to Pittsburgh.
You wish, pal.
We have 7 months left of the season. I think we'll be okay.
Pens are going to find out. I mean, the guy that just called us the Waddle Birds, too. Fucking learn a little something about the Penguins, all right?
Respect the Emperor.
Bingo. And their happy feet, dude.
Emperor Pasta.
And their Stanley Cups. We got the 2 best players to ever play. What do you want from us?
Yep.
Well, 1 and 3 maybe.
1 and 2.
Fucking
Maybe
Mario
2 and
then
3.
Sid.
Stoner is number 2.
Oh,
He's back.
Stoner.
He's back.
Please.
Stoner's back.
Stoner's a fucking points machine. That is unbelievable.
How's that Jackie Aces trade working
Jackie
out?
Ace has had successful back surgery. You
Congrats.
will see him in
Congrats,
the toughest
Jack.
barn in the
You'll
NHL
see
next
him
year.
in 2023.
Maybe one day
Long
he'll be
time.
a Penguin, and it'll actually matter.
Why'd they get rid of Fleury?
Because it's
Exactly.
stayed over the hill.
Stinks.
Shut
Killed
up.
us in Vegas, though, right?
No.
Just real quick, though. Just so
He's
that's
standing
hockey.
on his head every night.
He was staying on his head. And that's what Marc-Andre Fleury does, the math. That's what he does. He comes on this show, he's great. Didn't score a goal, so it didn't cost me 10 grand.
Hates
or anything.
charity,
Nice
maybe.
guy.
100 grand.
100, it was 100.
It was 100,
Yeah.
yeah. Kind of hates charity.
100 grand is like nothing in comparison to something that's potentially getting ruined right now. Anyways, let's go to a break for 20 hours, 21 hours, 21 hours.
21 hours.
22 hours, because, same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a while since we spoiled the shit out of our dogs with BarkBox. Each box comes with 3 toys, 2 treats, and a chew. The people at Bark have one goal: make your dog happy. Wag some tails. Join now and get a free extra toy in every box. That's $60 worth of toys for free at barkbox.com/Pat. BARKBOX.com/PAT. Spoil your dogs. It shows up every month. You got all the goodness. Your dogs love you. You don't have to do anything. It is fantastic. Shout out to BarkBox. Shout out to you. AJ Hawk, one send-off here as, Mad Dog Russo is on next and Hammer Downs in 15 minutes.
BarkBox is great. We've been getting that for Kevin for over a year now.
It's amazing.
Sponsors.
It's amazing. Also, the Super Boost is get on it on FanDuel.
Hell yeah.
We'll see you, Mignana. Cheers. All right, so this after hours is not going to be long.
No.
Maybe. I don't know. I got to go get an update.
Hey, I might need to tell you my picks, Pat. I told you I'm not here tomorrow.
What? You're not here tomorrow? Here, just text it. I'll read them for you tomorrow. I'll read them for you tomorrow. Because we have to go hop on a plane potentially if there isn't some fuckery going on.
Wow.
I don't know what could have happened over the last 10 hours.
It's not 10 hours. It's literally the last 2 hours, 3 hours. Woke up this morning like, hey, this is going to be the coolest day of all time. And it's like, of course. That is kind of weird.
But with what you're going today, you can't announce that today, can you?
No. I mean, not really. I don't know. It's a part.
Kind of a package deal.
Yeah, it's
right?
a whole thing. It's an interesting thing, but we're stumbling out of the gates because people in positions of power are
stupid.
They're stooges. They're clowns.
You just might not go?
Yeah, I might not.
You got to shovel out the barn before you can show the horse, AJ. Right now, not everyone's picking up a shovel and helping
Well,
out.
Phil actually just came over and said thumbs up, so I guess Phil.
Good.
Hey, Phil has been in it here. Phil's been in it, by the way. Phil's been in it.
Who won? What was that cereal he ate yesterday?
Oh, yeah, Phil. Did you tell? Did we pick the
Phil,
winner?
did you tell him?
He said he's picking his winner today.
Well, he'll tell you. You'll pick the winner. Phil has no idea how to work Twitter. I mean, he was trending alongside Bill Burr and I guess also Bailey McComas and Omnicron.
Yeah. That's right.
And he screenshotted it. Had no idea. Like, Phil is one of the most throwback humans of all time.
It's awesome. Oh, yeah. Old school.
I don't know. Phil said he sends me gifts. I see him on Twitter.
He sends you gifts.
He is getting a little bit more active, and CFO Phil is kind of building up a little bit more of an activity.
He's
on
good at
social
tagging
media.
companies and stuff.
Yeah. What was that, Dix? You're going to be on a plane with him potentially here.
He's good at corporate Twitter.
Corporate Twitter.
Oh, he's our representative of corporate Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, they're the best. That's a pretty active Twitter.
Oh,
That's a community.
Hashtag ad.
Oh, hashtag, yeah. This guy, like the Bill Burr speech yesterday about sponsorships and stuff, got into corporate Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty cool. Listen to them all. This is good business. This is the business of tomorrow. Let the creators
Wait, what is
speak.
corporate Twitter?
It's like, they're the people that talk about all the moves that are being made on the internet, and like they normally keep you updated on the Bitcoins as well, how that whole thing's going, deals that are signed, moves that are made, money that is made in places. It is a very important. Advertising is a part of that. Twitter advertising. Twitter is a part of that Twitter where they talk about good ads, good ideas, bad ideas. And Bill Burr just shitting on the entire thing as a legend got into that part of Twitter, and they're like, I see no lies. Watch the language, but that type of stuff. I mean,
NSFW. Not safe for work.
Bill's right though. When the ad read things, I asked him because it's 100% true. I would listen to his podcast because I wanted to hear what ad reads he would do that day. And every other podcast, I am hitting that 30 seconds, boom, going right past it.
Nature's box, huh? Nature's clam right under there.
Awesome.
He can do that, though, because I think he legitimately does his thing and then just disappears into the world. And then he comes in front of a microphone.
Oh, no.
What's going on? Oh, no. A lot of oh no's in the back.
What's going on?
No, we have a
Are we not going? Sham Sharania, Pelicans, Zion Williamson experienced a slight delay in his rehab due to soreness in his injured right foot. Team is optimistic it's not serious, but it will dial back his ramp up approximately. Shams just broke the news earlier today on this show that Zion Williamson was cleared for full activity today, and it was breaking news. It was big news. Zion Williamson was back due to the journalistic question that was kind of body shaming from Ty Schmidt. We got a great answer and a great excitement. We want Banana Land that the most electrifying young basketball player to ever play basketball is back. And although he might have been a little bit out of shape due to the inability ability to run and move because his foot was hurt. He was all the way back. Now we got a more delay because he injured his right foot. I'm sure you guys want to let some of your fucking jokes fly. What is this all about? Is Shams lie to us? Did Zion get back for one workout and boom, the shoe blew out again? Or what is going on with Zion?
No jokes. We said this out there during one of the breaks. How are his knees and feet going to handle?
Okay.
This is a real question. Like, how would they actually handle him getting back into shape? Like, when you aren't in shape and you first try and, get into the routine of 5-on-5 basketball, it does take a little while for your body to adjust.
I mean, that was me out there one day when you said you wanted to play to fucking 50.
Yeah. When I said, we're playing to 21, and the kids thought we were playing to 11, and so did
the
you.
Kids, everybody in the universe knew we were playing to 11, especially when it's 4-1 and everybody's about to vomit on the court.
Yeah.
Should have been 7.
Trying to get my shots up.
Doing that when you weigh 475 pounds.
Yeah, multiply.
Not easy.
All right, we got to get
This
out
guy
of here.
took one step off the couch and his ankle snapped.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to fill the Gatorade bottles with Mountain Dew. Like you just.
All right, Zion, welcome. Hey, Godspeed.
Like Diggs.
Drink some water.
He is like Diggs running a route.
It's true.
But by the way, he shouldn't be like Diggs. He's
the
not
point.
like Diggs.
Yes,
He's not like Diggs.
exactly.
No, you guys are all wrong. He'll be back. Don't worry about it. Zion's coming back. He's staying away from the Cochon. Okay, down there in New Orleans, he's staying away from the Cochon.
Yeah, well, he's got to eat some vegetables or else they're never going to get back.
All right, we're getting to a break for 20 hours or so, 21 hours. Hopefully everything goes well this afternoon. We'll let you know about it about a week from now. We can't thank you enough. Shams Charania, kind of misleading reports, or maybe it's an active.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's ongoing.
It's ongoing.
Sounds like he went to practice and he couldn't go.
Well, maybe
He needs to
what
go
Nick said
to
was
Weight
right.
Watchers. God damn it.
Seriously. Enough. We did enough. You did enough. You've done enough.
Trying
The
to watch
opinions
him
of the
play.
mulleted man over there and the toxic table and the human over here and everybody else.
Systems, that's the big one.
Jenny Craig.
Oh, come on, guys.
Nugenics, Frank Thomas. Have him fucking call Frank Thomas and figure it out.
Frank Thomas will have Zion hitting home runs next week.
Yeah.
All right, we're out of here. See you tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Bye.